Yo, yo. We back, chat. We back. Did y'all miss me? I know we were supposed to be the weekenders and I ain't been here, but did y'all miss me, chat? What's up, Shandell? What's up, EOC? What's up, OG? What's up, Purple? Man, y'all know what time it is, man. Let's get in the intro mode, man. I know I ain't been here, chat. I apologize.
No, we started with nothing in humble beginnings. They wanna fuck with me now cause I'm winning. Chasing this chicken cause I'm on a mission. I'm known for get money and standing on business. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Keep that shit coming, they know how we living. Come from the struggle, got lost in the hustle. Straight out the mud, no, I compliment couples. Chasing big bills just to keep this shit subtle. You ain't on my team if you wasn't in the huddle. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Keep that shit coming, they know that I'm with it. I fit the description, I'm the definition. I'm what they prescribe like she seen a physician. She wanna ride cause she seen how we getting it. Big ol' booty, she my passenger princess. She like to argue, she don't like to listen. She bougie and toxic, she fine and she picky. Pretty and sedated, she get recognition. Matching nails and toes, man, she always French tip 'em. Parking lot pimping when we in the city. Don't ask about twine, she twerk on the engine. She eat the dick in the car cause it's tinted. She pay me attention like she get commission. Pimpin' CEO, so I give her the business. She ride on the dick like she doing some fitness. She make the dick disappear like she magician. She like to swallow, man, she love when I finish. Having motion, man, you know I got plenty. Bitches choosing cause they know that I'm winning. See some thousands, now I'm after some millions. So all my houses come with chandelier ceilings. Pillow talking, man, that shit just ain't in me. Keep it pimpin', I can't do no pretending. Jealous hearted, man, you know I ain't with it. Cuffin' hoes, I can't do no commit. No, we started with nothing in humble beginnings. They wanna fuck with me now cause I'm winning. Chasing this chicken cause I'm on a mission. I'm known for get money and standing on business. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Keep that shit coming, they know how we living. Come from the struggle, got lost in the hustle. Straight out the mud, no, I compliment couples. Chasing big bills just to keep this shit subtle. You ain't on my team if you wasn't in the huddle. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Keep that shit coming, they know that I'm with it.
Oh, man. Double tap that screen, shut live. What we doing tonight, chat? What we doing tonight, chat? We got to get the likes up, man. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what time. Who we got in here, man? Purple, what it do? Ed, what it do? Big Niche, what it do? Y'all drop a one. Say what's up. Let me know y'all in here, man. Y'all know we still in intro mode, baby. We still in intro mode, man. There you go. I'm a saint, but I sin. I checked in the game to win. I left, she loving me again. I let her cry out the bins and they say time heal. Mine still felt like it was yesterday. How we're moving fast, probably too fast to even catch the play. Spend some night, she pack a bag, right to me, just getting gas. Coming back, I want it bad. I'ma touch it first, eat it last, it's temporary. Holly damn emotion said it's temporary. My pain deeper than the ocean. Temporary feelings mixed with temporary pleasures. All these temporary moments and these temporary treasures. Temporary circumstances to temporary measures. Temporary friends and even temporary schedules. Temporary smiles and temporary goals. Temporary women sliding on temporary poles. Temporary comments and temporary trolls. I just pray that God bless me. Ain't no temporary souls. I'm a saint, but I sin. I checked in the game to win. I left, she loving me again. I let her cry out the bins and they say time heal. Mine still felt like it was yesterday. How we're moving fast, probably too fast to even catch the play. Spend some night, she pack a bag, right to me, just getting gas. Coming back, I want it bad. I'ma touch it first, eat it last, it's temporary. Holly damn emotion said it's temporary. My pain deeper than the ocean.
Oh man, double tap that screen, shut alive out. What we doing tonight, chat? Double tap that screen, shut alive out. What we doing tonight, chat? Where's the tag?
Welcome to the greatest damn show on YouTube.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Hold on, man. Hold on, chat.
Welcome to the greatest damn show on YouTube.
Oh man, double tap that screen, shut alive out. What we doing tonight, chat? Double tap the screen, shut alive out. What we doing tonight, chat? They saying the crack showing in the Nolan Wells case. We got lies, propaganda, fundraisers, and cover-ups. We're going to get into it tonight, chat. I know we haven't been over here the last couple of nights, but I know y'all going to catch me up, man. I know y'all are going to catch me up. AJ, what it do? Thank you for the jewels. Matrix, what it do? Lou Pigney, what it do? What's up, Tony? I need everybody to hit the like button. Soon as they come in, I need everybody to share this, click share to the last couple people you text, man. Let's get into it. What do we got on the episode? We got, they saying TMZ just got exposed on their show for promoting propaganda in this Nolan Wells case. Nancy Grace came back with another update on the Nolan Wells case. We got scientists have proposed a gradual population drop to 4 billion people by 2200. Now that's crazy. A paper in Sustainable Development argues this voluntary shift via women's empowerment and better access to a family planning would cut emissions, pollutions, and biodiversity loss while improving the quality of life. The Daily Mail headline sparked widespread skepticism with users questioning motives, comparing it to dystopian movies, and arguing. Listen, chat, this is a paper. I don't know why they keep doing these weird papers. I don't know why they want to cut the population in half. Here it goes. Researchers in the journal Sustainable Development link population growth to biodiversity loss, CO2 emissions, and resource strain, arguing that expanded education and family planning for women in developing areas could ease these pressures over the next 2 centuries. They frame it as voluntary, pro-nature, and pro-human approach to protect habitats, reduce poverty, and stabilize the climate. Critics online question the feasibility and suspect hidden agendas, while others highlight examples from Asia and Latin America where better services lowered fertility rates naturally amid debates on growth versus consumption. So, chat, how do y'all feel about that, man? They want to cut the population down to 4 billion over the next 200 years. Over the next 175 years, they want to cut the population down to 4 billion people. I think that's crazy. I wonder how they plan on doing it. They saying naturally, as the quality of life gets better, people won't have as many babies. I call bullshit. Maybe that is true, but it's not going to cost half the damn world to get up out of here. Also, we got another story. Tisha tells us saying Katie's story is falling apart. I don't know about that. We'll check in on that as well. We got Mayor Mamdani reveals that ID will be required at city-owned grocery stores to prevent non-residents from accessing discounted food. How do y'all feel about Mamdani saying you have to have ID to go into these city-owned grocery stores? Also, we got Clay Travis says he is offering $10 million for a head-to-head basketball game between the defending WNBA champions, the Las Vegas Aces, and a boys high school state title team of his choice. He says if the Aces beat the high school boys basketball team, he will give them $10 million. $10 million, Chad. Do you think the WNBA team, the defending champions, the Las Vegas Aces, could beat an elite level high school boys basketball team? Do you think they could beat an elite level high school boy? He said state team, so he's not even talking about AAU ball or tournament ball. He's talking about a state title team, $10 million. Also, Trump is reportedly indifferent about losing congressional majorities in the upcoming midterms because he intends to focus on executive actions and pardons rather than passing legislation. I think that should scare everybody. He's saying, F Congress, because I'm going to be passing executive orders and giving out pardons. That sounds crazy to me. That's kind of crazy. A 22-year-old student teacher in Illinois sent a private Snapchat message to her boyfriend and 2 roommates. This story is crazy, chat. A student had walked up to her laptop and deleted her lesson plan during the class. Frustrated, she typed something like, "I could pew pew him." And she put the pew pew emoji. It was 4 people in a private group chat. They said an hour later, the police walked into the school and arrested her. So between her and the 4 people, it was her 2 roommates and her boyfriend. She said, "I should pew pew this kid." And the police walked in. They said that Snapchat's AI scanned the private message, flagged it as a potential threat, and automatically reported it to the FBI. The FBI forwarded it to local law enforcement. Deputies arrived at the school within the hour. She cooperated immediately, handed over the phone. When she shown the message, she said, "Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I'm realizing it was a bad joke and I did not mean it at all seriously." Should that teacher be held accountable, chat? Should that teacher be held accountable for messaging? It was a private Snapchat message. Should she be held accountable? Now let's talk about what that means. This was not a public post or a story. This was a private group chat between her and her closest contacts. An automated AI, non-human, flagged it and reported it. It went from Snapchat AI to the FBI to the local police to the school, and it led in her arrest in under an hour. Snapchat's private policy says it may share your information with law enforcement when it believes there is risk of harm. The definition of risk of harm is determined by the algorithm. You are not told when your message is flagged. You are not told when a report is filed. You find out when the police arrive. And this was a private message. So all of y'all trappers out there, man, y'all be wary. Y'all be careful. Christopher Black said, "How's the race hustle going?" I don't know, Christopher Blacklock. I don't know. You tell me how it's going, Christopher. Heard you been race hustling all through these YouTube comments, dick pulling, allegedly, on GTA. I heard you've been running through the YouTube streets, dick pulling, allegedly, on GTA. All right, chat, what else do we have? Trump Media has officially launched its new paid data service, providing faster access to true social posts from President Trump. The new service is called Truth API, which gives firms a direct, licensed, real-time feed of the platform's most market-moving truths. How do y'all feel about that? Trump selling that out for $100,000, man. Let's get into the episode, chat. Double tap the screen, shut a live out, man. We see the trolls out here early. You see I had to put him in check right quick. Had to check his temperature, didn't I? Yeah, had to go up under his hood, man, see if he was running hot. See if he was running hot in here, Ed. Let's get into the episode, man. Y'all hit the like button on the way in.
My husband and I, we have had countless conversations with all of our children about the importance of understanding when you are moving in different spaces with people that do not look like you. And it's unfortunate that we have to have these conversations.
There's nothing there. Nolan is not on the boat. There's nobody that look like Nolan on the boat. I want to tell you.
So Tisa Tales just did a live about these pictures on the boat. And she said that all of the pictures, I haven't verified it, chat. This is unverified. We'll pull it up in a minute. But she's stating that all of the pictures that we're seeing and allegedly that law enforcement has are screenshots. They're not the original photos. They're not the metadata. They're screen recordings or screenshots or recorded from one phone to another. So we'll look into that in just a second as well, because Officer Tatum's talking about these extra videos, and allegedly these videos may not be the original footage. They may have been screen recorded after the fact.
We got the link in the description section. All right, let's get to this Cajun Navy geospatial timeline
What's
and
up,
vessel
Najee?
movement analysis document. Now, this was something that was breaking news.
How the fuck is Trump making America's wallets great again? Have you seen the fucking interest rates? Hold on, chat. We're about to get into this Nolan Wells situation and update. What do you mean Trump is making America's wallets great again? Have you seen interest rates right now, bro? It's like 7% right now, chat. 7%. A $500,000 house, man, a few years ago was $1,800 mortgage. That same mortgage is 3 bands and $3,800 now. 38 from 1,800 to 3,800. Cut it out, bro. Cut it out. Cut it out.
Look at what happened. Look at all of this.
What's up,
Blah,
La
blah,
La?
blah, blah. I saw another weirdo online just pumping this up.
The Fed sets the interest rate. Why? Why? Now, yes, the Fed sets the interest rate, but based off of what? By reading the data, and the data is fucked up right now. Yes, the Fed set the interest rate, but they set it based off the data, and the data is fucked up right now.
Pumping it up. That dude used his whole live stream to talk about this, and it's a nothing burger. I went and reviewed it before I ever put it out to you guys, so I'm not going to mislead you and lead you astray and lie to you so I can get viewers and I can get people on here so I can sell you something. I'm not going to do that. We reviewed this thing, and it's a nothing burger. I don't even know why the Cajun Navy put this out. There's nothing there.
So the Cajun Navy put out some more pictures. I haven't seen what the Cajun Navy put out. Press 1 if y'all have seen what the Cajun Navy put out. Press 2 if you have not.
Maybe it gives people fodder. They can create a lie because they know you're not going to read 26 pages. But I'm going to have Grant read the synopsis because we wrote you a quick synopsis on what you will see and won't see, and I'm going to go through the document so you know we didn't just make this up. All right? Grant, roll it.
Yes, sir. The United Cajun Navy report does not determine how Nolan Wells died or assign responsibility to anyone. Its most important finding is that a major gap remains in the timeline between Nolan's last independent corroborated sighting and the reported 4:31 p.m. departure of the boat he arrived on. The report.
That's what I'm saying, man. The economy's messed up right now, D-Smart. I'm finna pull this back, but everybody's in here, man, and it's like they're bleeding the fuck out and they're just lying about it. Like, damn, at this point, I can admit it, bro. I ain't got time for this shit. Gas touching $4-5 and shit, man. If I wanted to go get a house or something, man, we had 7% rates and shit. I'm looking at rundown shacks where I know these houses, bro. They doing fucking rent to own $75K on some shit that I wouldn't even let my dog live in. What the hell are we talking about? Ain't nobody buying houses with rates at 7%. Something has to give. Let me pull this back, Chad. Excuse me.
So you know we didn't just make this up. All right? Grant, roll it.
Yes, sir. The United Cajun Navy report does not determine how Nolan Wells died or assign responsibility to anyone. Its most important finding is that a major gap remains in the timeline between Nolan's last independent corroborated sighting and the reported 4:31 p.m.
You said they took away my food stamps. No, I ain't never had food stamps, Tyrone, but I bet you have. I can look at that little avatar picture and tell you have. Got your hat cocked to the side and shit, man. Don't come in here playing, Tyrone. I will hurt your feelings in this bitch. I'm one of those. Don't come in here playing. I'm the funny one, nigga, not you.
Departure of the boat he arrived on. The report also says the 4:31 departure time has not been verified through GPS, engine, or other electronic records, and that video showing approximately 3:23 and 4:27 may be important but cannot be treated as confirmed event times without the original files and metadata. The report also documents changes in position of several boats, including Boat X and Frontier Bay, but it cannot establish exactly when they moved, where they went, who was aboard, and whether those movements were connected to Nolan's disappearance. Finally, it also does not establish when or why the Triton began taking on water. The main recommendation is to obtain original videos, phone and location data, vessel GPS, and engine records, and complete passenger roster so investigators can build a verified minute-by-minute timeline.
And that's what we need is a minute by minute timeline, because they're saying that these videos that we're getting and these pictures that we're getting are recorded from a different device. It's one device recording it off of another device. It's not the original recording, Chad. It's one, I know my phone fucked up, but it's the backup. It's one device recording another device, man. Allegedly.
Now, thank you, Grant. What he said was, it's a nothing burger. Pull it up. Get it back on the screen. It's a nothing burger. I'm gonna walk you through this thing so you know that I didn't just make it up. We're gonna do it real quick. So pretty much what they said is that they don't have.
Listen, Tyrone, this is the last time I'm gonna address you about this food stamp shit, because we in the middle of an episode and you're trying to detract from that. You want some attention, nigga. I'm gonna give you this last shot of attention. I don't give a damn about who's on food stamps or who's not on food stamps. You came in here talking about some, oh, you're upset your food stamps got took away. I addressed the shit. Now you're trying to spin it like, oh, what's wrong with it? Shut the hell up, Tyrone. That's not what we talking about now. I'm going to need you to stay on track. I know when you was in school, you had problems staying on track. You had problems with attention and shit. We grown now. It's no more excuses.
Any information enough to determine anything new in this case. They have a couple pictures that I've already looked at that doesn't show Nolan, and not one picture on here. Just so you guys know, Warren Hudson and the boys that have been accused have all given a timeline to me where I can adequately and confidently say they were all gone when that last boat was towed out at around 4:30. Everybody that was on that boat, except for, I would say, 3 people, Nolan being one of them, did not return. Everybody else returned on the boat. The boat logs are there, and all of the above. And the other people who didn't return are accounted for, except for Nolan, unfortunately. And so there's nothing new under the sun here that we're going to find out. I wish there was. When it is, I'm going to let you guys know. But just so that we can do a quick briefing through this document, they show a picture here. They have some exhibits on here, boat 1, boat 2, boat 3, boat X, and then they have Warren on.
So now we got the 4th boat. Now we got the 4th boat, boat X and shit. So why is boat X labeled? It's some shit going on. Some shit going
On Palm Beach, okay? And obviously, just so you guys know, there were 3 boats that went out in Nolan's group. The kids that he went out with went on 3 boats. They all returned. Unfortunately, Nolan was not with them because according to every...
Well, what the hell is this 4th boat labeled then? Man, what is this boat X shit?
Documented conversation that I've had and every documented statement that has been made public, they all said that he wanted to stay on the island with that girl, and they all left, okay? So you go down to the document, it says investigative focus, and it tells you what they're going to investigate right here. It says at what time...
Did she say he wanted to stay with her?
Which boats were present, which boats moved, when did they move, who was on board of them, and all of this. That's all they're saying. Executive findings, they talk about the GPS locations of some of the boat positions and all of this, which means absolutely nothing. There's nothing new to even talk about here. It talks about the 431 departure hinge is what it says, and it just talks about that there was a departure time. It gives a geotrack location of, you know, the boat that Nolan came in on, which was Wyatt's boat. And then it says witness material. It tells you nothing. Late observation. It talks about somebody having a notable observation at 7:30, saying that Nolan was not on the island anywhere that they could find, nowhere in sight.
What's up, Corey World? You said the 4th boat, Katie was on the 4th boat. Photos were released earlier. Them screenshot photos, huh? Chat, everyone hit the like button on your way in. We got to get into the algorithm. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. We go live every single night over here at 10 p.m. Central Time. Subscribe to the channel.
Is what it says right here. So they have this gap between 4:30 and 7:30, which is what they're referring to. It looked like they have GPS location and everything and all of the documents that they have pertaining to this, giving a gap. 4:31, which we know that that's when the boys, you know, was starting to sink and they end up leaving. All the boats that Nolan came in on were already gone. He could have got on other boats, but obviously he didn't because he's lost his life. 7:30 is a gap where people are saying that they did not see Nolan. Now, however, we still don't know if that was true, that they did not see Nolan anywhere. I mean, it's true.
let me not bite that bone. I almost bit a bone in the chat, but let me not bite that bone.
That they probably didn't see Nolan anywhere, but that don't mean Nolan wasn't still there. He could have been off somewhere else that they didn't see. So there's still this gap, and this document does not cover the gap. It just continues on. They give this little grid that says evidence classification and limitations. You can go through and read this. TMZ actually launched this. They give you another grid that says source media inventory. It tells you what JPEG files that they have, and it kind of give you a little bit of background on that. So you know exactly what they have, what they don't have. It give a description. Here's some of the documentation that it shows, GPS location of the boat area. I think I can't see which one this is. Let's say one of them around. Yeah, it's at 1.6 meters. The vessel be. It's just it says absolutely nothing. I think the Cajun Navy should never waste their time putting this out. And then it goes through. This is important to look at because this is tell you there's nothing there. They got the 430 account, and then they got a 5 account, right? It says Matthew Lamp states a passenger was pretty certain a person was part of a group that was also fighting around 5 p.m. He says that I can't read that. Is that Beltran? Oh, Bertram. It's so little I can't read none of this. It says with the blue top left shortly afterwards fast, not believing that to be a factor in the timeline. Let me tell you why, okay? Because they got another person that contradicted it. So it goes down through a bunch of nothing and nothing, and here's a couple pictures that don't say anything, really. I don't know why they put this out. So just pictures there. On board the Trident. I wonder is that picture there? It's just another picture of the beach. Kind of show you what it looks like out there when they were out there. Here's a couple photos here of what it looks like. And I think these are actually videos, but they're not going to play on this document. So these are a couple videos that put a little timeline together, but Nolan is nowhere to be found in any of this.
So they saying the videos were not the actual original videos. They were recorded off another device, allegedly.
Here's a little shot of kind of the area they were in. Nolan is nowhere to be found in this area. They don't depict Nolan anywhere. What a waste of.
Hey, man, listen. Tyrone, I'm going to tell you like this, bro. You're just detracting from the convo, Tyrone. I'm going to ask you to play nice, play well with others, or we just going to get you the fuck up out of here, Tyrone. I'm just going to be honest with you, Tyrone. I ain't with it tonight. As y'all can see, chat, I'm not with it tonight.
The time. Okay, this is what they were talking about, that 5:30 thing. I guess this content creator or person wrote a note pretty much saying that they believe they saw something suspicious. And then this person here on the right pretty much debunked it and said, hey, that was us who you yelled at. You should be more responsible, putting out false information. And so what the Cajun Navy is saying is that this was a post saying that.
Well, Tyrone, guess what, man? Everybody tell Tyrone have a good night. He said I'm weak. Well, watch how weak this is. Maybe your weak ass will come back on another channel because we finna be in here talking about you the rest of the episode, cake ass nigga. Everybody tell Tyrone good night.
May have seen Nolan at 5. This was disputing that Nolan was seen at 5. The next time somebody had something was 7:30 where they said Nolan was nowhere to be found. So they got the 4:30 departure, and then they got this 5 o'clock and 7:30 where Nolan is nowhere to be found, which consistently creates a gap where what happened to Nolan between 4:30 and 7:30. And the problem that I have with this is that even at 7:30, you don't see Nolan anywhere here, but that don't mean Nolan's still not at the island. So we don't know if Nolan has been killed by somebody at this point, has drowned at this point, or he's still somewhere else on the island with that girl or by himself. So the Cajun Navy really didn't do anything spectacular. It almost seemed more like a distraction than anything.
It seemed like you mad they put some shit out, man. It seemed like you mad that they didn't go through the quote-unquote proper chain of command and put it out through law enforcement. That's what it sounds like. Sounds like you're pissed.
So you guys can go and review this document. Maybe we'll put a link to it so you can go see it for yourself. As it stands, there's nothing really
What up,
concrete or
Alan?
substantial about this document. I kind of wish they wouldn't have put it out, but who cares?
Right.
Okay.
I kind of wish they tell the truth, nigga. Tell the truth, nigga.
New video circulating. Okay, what's the new video circulating? I guess they're talking about this new video that's circulating that's a nothing burger. I'm going to play it for you guys because there are people out here that's going to put it on social media and act like it's a big thing and, oh, my God, look at this new evidence and lie to you so they can get you to click on their videos and they can make some money off of you. But I'm telling you, this don't show anything. Not that I'm aware of. Somebody can help me in the comment section. Roll the clip.
Hey, we're out here. Everybody's coming out still at 11:15 at the Happy 4th.
Just seemed like a bunch of white people doing white people stuff. They're out of the island.
Then what happened to all them niggas you said was on the island, Brandon? Where's all the niggas that you been screaming at was on the island? Now it's a bunch of white people doing white people shit. Just the last time we was on here, it was a bunch of niggas and Filipinos and Asians and all kind of shit out there. Where the fuck they at? Where the fuck they at?
At around 11, I do not understand the contextual reality of this, right? There's nothing really there. As you could tell, if somebody knows something, let me know, but there's nothing there. Then they played this, or they put this out there. There's nothing there. Nolan is not.
What you mean he never said that? Chat. Somebody in the chat talking about he never said that. Please direct them to the correct information. He's said that. He said it was black folks out there. What about Tracer? Why y'all ain't worried about his black friends? It was all kind of Latinos out there and probably some Asians. And why y'all not worried about it? But now it's a bunch of white folks doing white folk shit. Crazy. Cut it out.
Out on the boat. There's nobody that looked like Nolan on the boat. There's no indication that Nolan is on this boat. They somehow just popped this out there to say this is some new development. And then all of the sources that I've been made aware of have no idea what the big Mac Daddy is. Nobody knows who owned the Mac Daddy. The Mac Daddy is not a part of the 3 boats that were out there that Warren came in on, the group that Warren came in on. None of the boys.
Hey, listen, I ain't accusing nobody of nothing. Everything's alleged on GTA except what the fuck Officer Tatum was talking about, man. He wasn't talking about it was a bunch of white folks out there doing white folk shit the other day. This is new to me.
Boys that have been accused, none of the boys that's pictures have been blasted all over the internet have anything to do with Mac Daddy.
Yeah, that shit is new to me. All right, so let's go to the next video, man. We ain't gonna get into that Nancy Grace shit. All right, this the Tisa Tells one talking about Katie's story falling apart. What the hell she mean, Katie's story falling apart? Why is Katie's story falling apart, chat?
Hey, what's up, you guys? Listen, something breaking in the Nolan Wells case, and I think by the end of this video, you're going to be asking, is there a problem with...
I'm going to just be all the way honest, bro. Tisa got to be off a lot of coffee or something, bro. Like, I don't know. If this is her getting into character, bro, like, I don't know, bro. Like, she's piped up, bro. Like, she's turned, bro.
Katie. Now, if you guys don't know, I did a live where Nolan's family came and spoke out and said they love Katie, they trust Katie. I'll show the receipts on that toward the end of the video. I think we need to get into what the crux is. There are now pictures and what some would call photographic evidence that Katie was on Bart's boat. More importantly, she was on Bart and Wyatt's boat at the time of the pictures that it was being towed.
Man, y'all remember Joan off Girlfriends, how Joan eyes used to be real big on Girlfriend? Tisa got some big eyes like Joan, but I see some of y'all in there. I see what y'all putting in there. I'm not going to say Tisa's doing anything other than getting a triple espresso at Starbucks, man. She's down in those triple espressos at Starbucks, and she's pressing live and teed up, man. Shout out to Tisa, man. Shout out to Tisa.
Wyatt's boat was being towed by Bart's boat, and Wyatt was on the phone with Cito. Now, listen, I know it sounds crazy. I know you're like, Tisa, what are you talking about? But you know, I always bring the receipts. Let's get into them. But before we do, I have to say this. You guys, this is opinion, speculation. Everybody wants to find out what happened to Nolan. Katie, the family, everybody does. Please do not send questions, comments, hate.
It could be a 5-hour energy, chat. It could be one of those 5-hour energies, man. And hey, some of those 5-hour energies are duds, but if you take the right one, chat, I'm telling you, man, that she might be off a 5-hour energy, man. What's up, Top Cat?
Vitriol, worse yet, any threats of violence, anything that you would not send your own mother. Please, it's not going to help the case. It's not, and it actually might actually wind up with you getting arrested. If you want to do something to help, give Nolan's mama some money in the GoFundMe. Give Ben Crump some information. Send whatever.
Oh my God, bro. Stop it.
Give Nolan's mama some money in the GoFundMe. Give Ben Crump some information. Send whatever. Everything I show, the Ben Crump law firm has been sent. Send them your clues. Send them your things. That's where you're going to get help. Again, we want everybody healthy, well-centered, alive, and in good spirits so they too can witness the grand day.
Bro, all I'm going to say is if you know, man. Motherfuckers might be ready for a Marlboro right now, man. A Newport 1000, man. Damn.
Hey, when we actually find out what happened to Nolan. All right. Now that I've gotten the disclaimer done, and this goes for all the videos, let's get into Katie, or what people are calling the problem with Katie. Was she actually on Bart's boat? And does she know more than what she's saying? All right, let's get into this. Hold on. All right, here we go. You guys, let me introduce you to the nerdy Pink Panther. She is one of the best when it comes to details researchers out there, and she believes that Katie has dry snitch. But what's more, there's evidence to back up what she believes. I want you to watch it, and then we're going to have the discussion where I actually show you what Nolan's family is saying about this. And let's just go. It has me scratching my head. Let's go.
My third time making this video because they keep taking it down because they don't want you to see what I have found. Katie has dry snitched, y'all. Here we see Katie's Snapchat where she's wearing a teal swimsuit and she's with a girl in a blue and white striped swimsuit. On this video,
this is very important. So Katie's wearing the teal and she's with a girl in blue and white. Please keep that in mind. Let's keep going.
Video of the 3 boats. You're going to see a girl in a blue and white striped swimsuit right here on Bart's boat, and right next.
Allison, you smoking a Black and Mild right now? Why? That's crazy. You just told everybody you smoking a Black and Mild to calm down. Okay.
To her with the same long wet hair is a girl in a teal swimsuit on Bart's boat. Make sure you have your brightness turned all the way up because here we have Katie in a teal swimsuit and look at her head. She is wearing a white hat.
What is she showing is allegedly photos from Katie's Snapchat that shows Katie on a boat, and it was presented without commentary. So the pictures have not been verified, but Katie's people have not come out and said that's not her. Many people believe this is from her official Snapchat.
Oh, look, the video of the boat getting towed. Teal swimsuit, white hat. And that's not all, folks. Again, turn your brightness all the way up because right here, we've got somebody wearing red trunks. Oh, and look what we have here. Red trunks. And here's those same red trunks on the shore right after the fight with Tristan. Katie is claiming that she allegedly caught a ride home with somebody named Marty McGrath. It just so happens that a Marty McGrath is the co-owner of the Biloxi Bay RV Resort and Marina in St. Martin. Here it is, and my, that is a massive dock way out in the water. And would you look at that? It's right next to the grandparents' house. Now, in that report with the GPS coordinates, didn't they say that they went southwest towards St. Martin Bayou? Yeah, that's right, it did. And it also took them 45 minutes to get to that boat ramp over there. That only takes about 6 minutes on land. Like I said, they are trying to take down my page. Make sure you are following my backup.
Damn, chat. Hold on. We got to go back and break this shit down. Was she cooking, chat? What's up, big dog? You say Tisa kind of whitewashed? Chill out, bro. Was that a pun? Chill out, bro.
Videos. Let's get into Katie, or what people are calling the problem with Katie. Was she actually on Bart's boat? And does she know more than what she's saying? All right, let's get into this. Hold on. All right, here we go. You guys, let me introduce you to the nerdy Pink Panther. She is one of the best when it comes to details researchers out there. And she believes that Katie has dry snitch. But what's more, there's evidence to back up what she believes. I want you to watch it. And then we're going to have the discussion where I actually show you what Nolan's.
And like I said, Chad, this everything is all alleged. We're just reviewing this footage. We don't know what happened. We don't know if Katie snitched or not. We're just doing our job as a content creator to react to the ongoing talks. All right. Disclaimer. And don't hurt nobody and don't hurt yourself. Disclaimer.
Family is saying about this. And let's just go. It has me scratching my head. Let's go.
My third time making this video because they keep taking it down because they don't want you to see what I have found. Katie has dry snitched, y'all. Here we see Katie's Snapchat where she's wearing a teal swimsuit and she's with a girl in a blue and white striped swimsuit. On this video,
this is very important. So Katie's wearing the teal and she's with a girl in blue and white. Please keep.
Yeah, Chad, I'll tell y'all what happened yesterday. We're gonna watch this, but I know a lot of y'all are saying, where have I been over the last couple of days? So
with a girl
on Saturday, we held our prompts to products AI workshop. So we kind of ran long over there. So I ended up not going live. We hung out in the Discord. Yesterday, I had a headache, chat, and I took a damn Advil, but it was a PM. I didn't know that bad boy was a PM. You know, one of the little mini ones. I took one of those mini Advils, bro, and it was over with, bro. I read the bottle. It said nighttime sleep aid. I said, it ain't no way I'm finna make it to live. So, yeah, we went to bed early last night.
See what I have found. Katie has dry snitched, y'all. Here we see Katie's Snapchat where she's wearing a teal swimsuit and she's with a girl in a blue and white striped swimsuit. On this video,
this is very important. So Katie's wearing the teal and she's with a girl in blue and white. Please keep that in mind. Let's keep going.
Video of the three boats. You're going to see a girl in a blue and white striped swimsuit right here on Bart's boat. And right next to her with the same long wet hair is a girl in a teal swimsuit on Bart's boat. Make sure you have your brightness turned all the way up because here we have Katie in a teal swimsuit and look at her head. She is wearing a white hat.
What is she showing is allegedly photos from Katie's Snapchat that shows Katie on a boat, and it was presented without commentary. So the pictures have not been verified, but Katie's people have not come out and said that's not her. Many people believe this is from her official Snapchat.
Oh, look, the video of the boat getting towed. Teal swimsuit.
Now, we remember when we watched that other creator, I forgot her name, shout out to her, break down the video, we noted that whoever these people were trying to keep their face out of the video for sure. She said it on the video. She was like, doesn't that girl look like she's trying to avoid the camera? And then we didn't even know it was another girl sitting on the damn front of the boat. We had to look really hard. Y'all remember? That was last episode.
From her official Snapchat.
What's up,
look,
XX?
The video of the boat getting towed. Teal swimsuit, white hat. And that's not all, folks. Again, turn your brightness all the way up because right here, we've got somebody wearing red trunks. Oh, and look what we have here. Red trunks. And here's those same red trunks on the shore right after the fight with Tristan. Katie is claiming that she allegedly caught a ride home with somebody named Marty McGrath. It just so happens that a Marty McGrath is the co-owner of the Biloxi Bay RV Resort and Marina in St. Martin. Here it is, and my, that is a massive dock way out in the water. And would you look at that? It's right next to the grandparents' house. Now, in that report with the GPS coordinates, didn't they say that they went southwest towards St. Martin Bayou? Yeah, that's right, it did. And it also took them 45 minutes to get to that boat ramp over there. That only takes about 6 minutes on land. Like I said, they are trying to take down my page. Make sure you are following my backup here. But Katie, I want to say one thing to you. You're young, and I know you don't realize this yet, but these are not your friends. Be a hero. Do what's right.
Okay, let me rewind that really quick because I think there was so much that was missed. I want to play it for you guys one more time, okay? Because this is actually very, very shocking. And I want to go through the receipts, and I'm going to zoom it in so you guys can see a lot clearer. But But yeah, look at this.
This
One
is now
second.
my third time making this video because they keep taking it down because they don't want you to see what I have found. Katie has dry snitched, y'all. Here we see Katie's.
So chat, rate this lady's video, man. Do y'all think she's did a good job on this video? On a scale of 1 to 10, where do you get this lady on her video, man? Everyone hit the like button on your way in. We gotta hit the like goal tonight. We have to hit the like goal tonight, and we're 25 subscribers away from the next sub goal. 25 subscribers away. Please subscribe to the channel.
Snapchat where she's wearing a teal swimsuit and she's with a girl in a blue and white striped swimsuit. On this video of the 3 boats, you're going to see a girl in a blue and white striped swimsuit right here on Bart's boat. And right next to her with the same long wet hair is a girl in a teal swimsuit on Bart's boat. Make sure you have your brightness turned all the way up because here we have Katie in a teal swimsuit and look at her head. She is wearing a white hat. Oh, look. The video of the boat getting towed. Teal swimsuit, white hat. And that's not all, folks. Again, turn your brightness all the way up because right here, we've got somebody wearing red trunks. Oh, and look what we have here. Red trunks. And here's those same red trunks on the shore right after the fight with Tristan. Katie is claiming that she allegedly caught a ride home with somebody named Marty McGrath. It just so happens that a Marty McGrath is the co-owner of the Biloxi Bay RV Resort and Marina in St. Martin. Here it is, and my, that is a massive dock way out in the water. And would you look at that? It's right next to the grandparents' house. Now, in that report with the GPS coordinates, didn't they say that they went southwest towards St. Martin Bayou? Yeah, that's right, it did. And it also took them 45 minutes to get to that boat ramp over there. That only takes about 6 minutes on land. Like I said, they are trying to take down my page. Make sure you are following my backup here. But Katie, I want to say one thing to you. You're young, and I know you don't realize this yet, but these are not your friends. Be a hero. Do what's right.
Y'all.
Rowdy coming in here talking about the king is here. Rowdy, nobody fucking knows you, bro. Nobody even acknowledged you, bro. Like, doesn't when the king come around, red carpet get rolled out and shit and people care? Nobody gave a fuck that you can. I'm trying to figure out who invited you in here, Rowdy. Who brought Rowdy as a +1, man? Oh, who let Rowdy in the barbecue, bro? Y'all not checking shit at the door?
Now,
what's up, Miss Bones?
Let's get into Nolan's family. Why has everybody largely believed everything Katie's saying? And I'm not saying Katie is lying. I'm not saying she's not. I am saying that let me put this up on the screen. I am saying that in the police report, the boys kept saying that he was with an unidentified woman, even though they all knew.
Now you trying to switch it up, Rowdy, talking about some we are kings and all. You came in here and said the king is here. Don't try to give me that shit. Now that we checked your temperature and we trying to see who invited you, you don't want your people and them to get in trouble. Who invited Rowdy? No, we not letting that shit. Who invited Rowdy? Raise your hand, step to the front.
Katie. They called her an unidentified woman. As a matter of fact, I have been very, very critical that.
Glenda, I don't know if you waving or raising your hand saying you invited Rowdy. Yeah, but we need you to clarify, Glenda. We need you to clarify.
Warren and the other people, friends that the police spoke to the night when they were about to start searching for him, somehow whatever they said to the police led the police to believe that Nolan was not in fact missing. And Nolan was probably drunk or asleep at someone's house, and he was chilling with the unidentified girl, who Warren later identified as being Katie. Had Warren and all the other people stayed out of it, and by stayed out of it, not told the police whatever they said, they would have started searching for Nolan that night. Now, and I would just imagine that if it was an accidental drowning, which I do not believe it was, but if it was, that time could have been critical to actually saving him. The next morning, Warren didn't care. He didn't call the mom back as far as I know, and he didn't seem too perplexed. Like he said, he thought everybody was overreacting. And even though they all knew Katie at that time, and this is in the official report, right? Even though they all knew Katie, they gave somebody's name named Laney, the police, the MDMR investigator, I think it was Officer Strickland, went out and knocked on Lainey's door. And
Who the fuck is Laney?
that's when Lainey said, I haven't seen Nolan in a year. I know him, but I've not seen or talked to him in a year. And what's more, I was on a different island, Petite Bois. I never went to Horn Island that day. That was very odd and very weird. It almost makes me think, were you leading the police on a wild goose chase? But here's where things get complicated. Because why had
Laney, Katie, I don't know, man. I don't know.
everybody largely overlooked Katie's role in this? Well, because, right? The mystery woman, Nolan's Wells friend Cece was chatting
What's up, Lamar?
to when they left the island was identified. Katie's sister actually came out and shared a conflicting story. But here's the part that why everybody looked it over. All right? She came out and said, I thought the last time I saw him was when they were all yelling on the boat, Warren, get the F on the boat. I'm sorry, Nolan, get the F on the boat. Nolan, get the F on the boat. Now, to be fair, when you look at Nerdy Pink Panther, you see somebody who was white with blonde hair wearing a white cap and a teal suit. Maybe there were other girls, maybe teal. I mean, teal is a very popular color this year, and it's in all the Target bathing suits. I'm not saying Katie has a Target bathing suit on, but you know what I'm saying. There's something in Target. It's everywhere, right? And no, I have not been shopping at Target. I'm just saying, right?
I almost said what's wrong with Target, but I forgot. It's a boycott on. Okay, I get where she's going now. It's a boycott on. Okay.
The whole thing is that getting back to my point, there could be other girls who had blonde hair with white caps and a teal swimsuit. Now, the odds that they will be standing next to another girl that had on a striped navy suit, now it gets like whatever. But again, getting back into why Katie's words have.
Well, how the fuck Tisa know they in Target then? How the fuck Tisa know them teal bathing suits at Target if she ain't been in there shopping?
Not been questioned, or again, I don't know what's in Nolan's mom's thing, but I do know that part of Nolan's family actually went on record to the Daily Mail along with Katie's sister. These are quotes saying that they love Katie. Here's what they said. It was Jackson County Sheriff's Deputy Keandra McKinney.
Yeah, the Target boycott wasn't really hard for me, Chad, because I never shopped at Target to begin with. You know, like shit, never in my life have I just been a Target going motherfucker. Like if I pop into Target, it's because shit, I'm probably out of town somewhere and it's the closest damn store prior. But I've never been a Target shopper. So when that boycotting shit came on, I was like, shit, I ain't missing nothing. I wasn't going there, motherfucker, no way.
Here she is right here, Keandra McKinney. She said she's one of Nolan's relatives. I don't know if it's on the mama's side or the dad's side, but they are very close, and she was speaking for the family. She said,
Nah, hell nah. You can't say one person was boycotting because Target said they had lost like 14 or 15% of their foot traffic. And y'all remember they gave Casanat and AMP that damn deal. They gave them the body wash and deodorant, that tone or whatever shit that they got. They got exclusively with Target. That was during the boycott. Everybody was mad at Casanat and them, and that's when they were saying, oh, we see what's going on. That shit, they had lost like 12, like a little, I think it was 12% of their foot traffic.
One of Nolan's relatives, Keandra McKinney, posted in support of Katie after she received a torrent of abuse claiming she played a role in Nolan's death. She said, we all know and love Katie. Nobody, as far as my family, is blaming Katie. We all love her and her whole family. Katie has spent many events with our whole family in Three Rivers countless times. My family has no vendetta out against her whatsoever. We love her. I think we're just trying to understand what happened. She said that, okay, so there you go.
You said, how do we get on Target? Because Tisa Tell said that Katie had on a Target bathing suit. Then she was like, oh, I'm not saying that Katie had on a Target bathing suit. And I thought that was kind of weird. Like, why does it fucking matter if Katie has on a Target bathing suit? Then she was saying like, oh, oh, I haven't been to Target. Then it clicked like, oh shit, she just kind of spilled the fucking beans. It's a damn boycott going on right now. Niggas ain't supposed to be in Target.
So largely, nobody has really looked into Katie and the timeline. We just know that Katie, much like Bart, said things that directly contradicted things Warren said. In the fact that Warren cannot be telling the truth, Katie cannot be telling the truth, and Bart cannot be telling the truth, all in the same universe. Because there are certain parts, again, I'm not saying any of them are lying. I'm just saying someone's story is wrong. Someone's lying because all three stories, when you put them together, do not make sense. And they actually trample on it. Let's not forget that Bart said that he was the one that pulled out the tram or whatever and did this and that to bilge pump. But Warren in the interview said that it was Wyatt. Again, somebody is either misremembering at best or lying at worst. But getting back into this video about Katie, right? I want to play it for you one more time because it's actually very, very shocking. And I want you to let me know what you think in the comments because the information now calls into question.
This is now my third time.
Sorry, the information now comes into questions. What does Katie know? Does she know more than she's saying? Is she worried? Is she afraid? Is she grieving? Again, it seems like the family are saying they know and trust Katie. So from this point, as we move our investigation further, should we take everything Katie says as true? Will the authorities take everything Katie says is true? If we do, then now we have to look at Warren because Katie's story and your story doesn't line up. And again, the same thing with Bart. But again, let me roll you through this evidence because it leaves more questions than we started. And well, let's keep going.
In this video because they keep taking it down because they don't want you to see what I have found. Katie has dry snitched, y'all. Here we see Katie's Snapchat where she's wearing a teal swimsuit and she's with a girl in a blue and white striped swimsuit. On this video of the three boats, you're gonna see a girl in a blue and white striped swimsuit right here on Bart's boat. And right next to her with the same long wet hair is a girl in a teal swimsuit on Bart's boat. Make sure you have your brightness turned all the way up because here we have Katie in a teal swimsuit and look at her head. She is wearing a white hat. Oh look, the video of the boat getting towed. Teal swimsuit, white hat. And that's not all, folks. Again, turn your brightness all the way up because right here we've got somebody wearing red trunks. Oh, and look what we have here. Red trunks. And here's those same red trunks on the shore right after the fight with Tristan. Katie is claiming that she allegedly caught a ride home with somebody named Marty McGrath. It just so happens that a Marty McGrath is the co-owner of the Biloxi Bay RV Resort and Marina in St. Martin. Here it is, and my, that is a massive dock way out in the water. And would you look at that? It's right next to the grandparents' house. Now, in that report with the GPS coordinates, didn't they say that they went southwest?
XX says this means what exactly? It means that somebody fucking lying if this is to be true, allegedly. Because Katie said she rode with some other people. Their uncle, somebody came and picked her up. Remember? She got saved, somebody came and picked her up. But if that's her on the fucking boat with Bart and them, she was fucking lying. Allegedly. If this is to be true.
Towards St. Martin Bayou? Yeah, that's right, it did. And it also took them 45 minutes to get to that boat ramp over there. That only takes about 6 minutes on land. Like I said, they are trying to take down my page. Make sure you are following my backup here. But Katie, I want to say one thing to you. You're young, and I know you don't realize this yet, but these are not your friends. Be a hero. Do what's right. This is now my third...
All right, man. All right, yeah, Tisa did play that 3 times in her video. I didn't know. All right, let's get into one last Tisa video, then we're going to get into the Nancy Grace. I believe Nancy Grace did an episode today as well.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Listen, breaking news in the Nolan Wells case. We believe we have a huge breakthrough, and it goes back to the bilge pump. I know what you're saying, Tisa, we already discussed it. Not like this, okay? What if I told you everything that we've been led to believe so far is wrong? What if I told you there's an expert that is actually coming forth to let us know what they think happened? And what if I told you that
Oh, she said it was her brother that picked her up. Chat, everyone hit the like button on your way in. Double tap that screen. We are 25 subscribers away from the next sub goal. Please double tap that screen on your way in. You said they said it was her brother. I thought it was, yeah, okay, her brother. So if that's her on the boat with the boys getting towed out, then she didn't catch a ride with her brother. Unless her brother was in that group with on the fourth boat. I don't know how that will work. I don't know.
their investigation was so bombshell that TikTok pulled the video down several times and they had to go and post to Instagram and speak in code. And what if I told you the whole purpose of the video was to explain how the only thing that seems to make sense when it comes to the bilge pump and where the GPS was that the boys were fleeing. We're so focused on what happened out in that ocean. We're so focused on whether Bart, Warren, Wyatt, all those, we're so focused on that we got ahead of things. I believe this young woman, I'm about to show you in a second, her theory and her explanation about why they even left her.
All right, we're gonna ask the chat, man. Do y'all think that it could they were fleeing? And do y'all think that they were fleeing in the chat? Yes or no in the chat, man. Do y'all think that they were fleeing? Fleeing.
Island fits into a larger narrative that something happened and it literally put the fear of God in those boys and they were forced to flee Horn Island. That's why, even though nobody really knows when they saw Nolan, the one thing they all agree is we left at 4 o'clock and there was that call to Cito that really sounded like an alibi. Whether or not it was, it looked like an alibi. But you know what? We can talk about this on the back end. First, you need to hear and see this information. All right? Turn your sound up. This is something very, very powerful. One moment. Now, really quick, I want to introduce this young woman. Her name is Aja Hall. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. It's AJAHALLH. That's AJAHALLH. And she is 100% on Instagram and TikTok. Please make sure you give her a follow. Listen to her and what she has to say. And then we're going to have the discussion. Ooh, okay, hold on. Let's go.
Video, he explains exactly what was wrong.
Let her cook. Just let her cook, all right? It's a lot of information, but let her cook. It's real quick.
Wrong with the boat, and it wasn't caused by a random bilge pump issue. Bilge, however you say it. Another thing is that the jump from when he last saw No to when they were yelling, get on the boat, you're missing a big piece of what made everybody run to the boat.
Pause. If you guys don't know, she said no. That is for Nolan. She's going to change the names a little bit because for some reason, even though she doesn't accuse anybody of anything, every time she starts talking about this bilge pump and them fleeing, like I said, TikTok pulled her video down and she had to repost on Instagram and speak in code. This is powerful. All right, let's go.
W also admits that the boy's name who writes with Smart started yelling at No. He also admits that throughout the day, they were all picking on No for being with that girl. And the moment, W says, the moment that girl and No sit in front of Smart's boat, Smart starts yelling at him all of a sudden out of nowhere, get on the boat. Boat wasn't having a bilge pump or bilge pump.
Here comes the $1 million breakdown.
Issue. Says verbatim, we have an issue where we have finally trimmed down the boat and got it on the right plane. That they all moved to one side of the boat. When you trim down the motor to get it on the right plane, that means that you drop the bow.
This is how you are supposed to get the actual boat from being completely still to an accelerated speed fast. That they left the trim down when trying to accelerate off the island at a very fast speed, and this is what blew the bilge pump. If the trim is not up when you try to take down, it causes water to back up in the bilge. The trim is left up, the bow shoots high into the air during acceleration, forcing all loose bilge water to rush to the very back of the hull. This is why they all tried to do the emergency mover where they move forward. This traps water in the boat and specifically at the bilge pump. Did an emergency remover that everyone knows about, and this fucked up the bilge pump and it started to take on water. Bilge pump wasn't an issue until they made it a quarter mile offshore, like he said, at 40 miles per hour, because they didn't take the emergency brake, and the maneuver that they used to try to get the bow back up fucked everything up on the boat. Question is, what type of panic or event ensued that y'all were moving so fast, the boys who've known boats since they were children, that y'all forgot to do the simplest thing when trying to accelerate from a stop on a boat that everyone knows when you're speeding, like they said, at 40 miles per hour. Something happened to cause enough chaos for them to fuck that up, is my point.
You guys, okay, let's talk about it. If you guys don't see why this is so big, let me break it down. And for those of you that do understand what she's saying, y'all, we've been looking at this all wrong. And maybe they've been sending us red herrings. But thank God for Aja. Make sure y'all follow her. Mama she's smart, beautiful, love her, right? Listen to this. The whole thing about the trim, the bilge pump, all that stuff. These boys, and Warren was bragging about it. We've been on the boat our whole lives. We know this, we know that. When you go to leave, you must remove the trim. They left. It was a rookie error. It's like trying to drive at 80 miles an hour while your parking brake is on. And you see the emergency parking brake on, and you don't care. You're still going. For someone that is an experienced driver, you're backing out and you floor it. And at 40 miles an hour in a boat is fast. So that's like literally going from 80 miles an hour out your mama's neighborhood, flooring it. And for what? What was the rush? Why were you guys so eager?
Dwayne, that's what I'm sitting here thinking the whole time. I'm just looking like, damn, somebody pass her a cigarette, bruh. Like somebody give her a damn Jack Daniels straight. Fuck.
To get off of Horns Island, that you forgot to take the emergency brake off. You forgot to take the trim off. And you literally went, and that's how the bilge pump actually got messed up. And that's why it even said in the interview that he had to go and pop the trim out. Because the one thing that should have happened before you even left the island, you didn't go, and you were going at 40-something miles an hour. Now we know from what they've said, if we can believe it, Bart met them out there. Bart offered a tow. They took it. While Wyatt is on the phone at the time he's being towed, talking to Cito. Why Wyatt's granddaddy is on the phone with the Cito captain saying,
You said she tired, she cover a lot of cases. I believe it. I believe it. I mean, shit, I believe it.
don't worry about it. Don't you worry about, okay, let me stop playing this serious, right? Got it. Now, we got that. But again, what happened that made these boys that have been on boats all their lives flee Horn Island? And how is it that everybody involved that Warren came with wants us to know and believe from the bottom of their hearts? And even they have phone calls to prove it, that they left at 4 o'clock off of Horn Island. And why did you flee? It seems like 42 miles an hour off of that island to the point of help had to be rendered while you were at it.
Oh, chat, everyone hit the like button on your way in. If this is your first time in my live stream, put first, and my mods will make sure to give you a warm welcome. We go live every single night over here talking politics, current events, and entertainment. Be sure to subscribe to the channel.
Let's see. Why, indeed. Why, indeed. So let's get back to what we know. Nolan's coach, one of his coaches, I don't know if it's current, but one of his coaches, because he's had a bunch, said that he saw Nolan on the island sometime between 2:30.
Word, Mary, Nikki's, welcome in. I hope you subscribe to the channel. Him, welcome in. What's up, Taylor? What's up, THCEO? What's up, January Capricorn? I hope y'all subscribe to the channel. Welcome in.
3:30, he's not sure, and he didn't look a liquor drunk. He was perfectly sober. On top of that, he had a D1 tryout. He was D1 and he had an important tryout on Monday. Okay. And he didn't look a liquor drunk. So how, if he did see you around 2:30, 3:30, right? How did you get so drunk that it turned into an accidental drowning? Katie, the person your family says they love and they trust, and she chills. Tell me how Katie said the last time I saw him was when I believe it was Bart or one of the friends was yelling, "No, get the F on the boat. Get the F on the boat." Now, she is true. Tristan and Warren both admitted in the interview that they were teasing Nolan.
Yeah, and that was some dirty ass water. You not lying, 2E. You not lying. Down there, I've been down there in Biloxi on that coast. Man, that shit don't look, you know what I mean? If you know, you know. Your ass been down there to Ocean Springs. Your ass been down there to Biloxi, man. The water got like a turquoise-ish color, man. Shit's like turquoise, man. I can't explain it. It's like turquoise. But not the good turquoise, not the colorful, the dingy turquoise.
About
Thank you, Christina.
Warren said, I looked at him and was like, man, you crazy. Tristan said he walked by and said some
What's
slick
up,
shit
Carla?
to him before he left about Katie. I believe Warren said that either his brother or Bart was yelling at Nolan. Right? So all that has been established. Now we can argue whether that is relevant or not. And then I believe Warren said that either Bart or Wyatt was yelling, "Get the F on the boat." And Katie said he left to go with his friends. So
He left.
as soon as that boat fled from that island, not one person, including the girl he was cradling, Nolan was last seen cradling, not one person on that island with 200 to 300 people and plenty of votes, even his college, not one person saw Nolan again after those boys fled in the boats. And by the way, please watch my other video because it's now looking like there were 4 boats, that Wyatt had 2 boats, the Palm Beach and another boat. The evidence is there. Please go look at the other video. Tell me what you think. This ain't no AI slop. This is actually real investigative stuff, right? I give credit where credit is due. Please go check it out. So what's really going on? Let's rewind. Let's go back to the point of what made those boys flee. Again, it's like leaving your mama's house or a party at 80 miles an hour.
They said they didn't feel safe attending the funeral. Now, I'm not gonna lie, chat. I don't know, man. Like, nobody, not one. Like, even if I could understand if, like, maybe one of them was like, oh, I don't feel safe. But for nobody to show up that experienced this traumatic event, now they got GoFundMes and shit out too, allegedly on GTA. Like, I don't know, man. It's a little crazy.
Hour with the emergency brake on. To the point, but worse than that. Worse than that, because will the emergency brake mess up the engine? I don't know. The whole point of it is you get what I'm saying. So much so that it took them so much and made such a rookie mistake from people that had been on the water and they all know boats and this and that. You made a rookie mistake so much help had to be rendered. And when help was rendered by Bart, according to the video he provided, y'all knew exactly what to do. Pop the trim out.
Yeah, like, I'm not gonna lie, Chad. Shooting up the funerals do happen. We got to keep it real, man. Like, I'm just gonna be honest with you, man. Yeah, funeral just got shot up like a couple weeks ago, man. In Little Rock, man, like a funeral just got shot up a couple weeks ago in Little Rock, man. Sad situations, bro.
Get the water out. Get the bill. Y'all knew exactly what to do. And y'all thought, oh, we're sinking. You wasn't sinking. It was taking on water, perhaps, but y'all knew exactly what to do to fix it. So what's really going on? Let's go back. What happened to Nolan? Tell me how, when those boats of boys left, Nolan vanished. Not one person out of 200 or 300 saw him. And Nolan was very popular. He was very known. He was very tall. And he was probably only one of a handful at best of black people on the island. I don't think there was one black woman. And there might have been a few black men. Right? So what's really going on? Let's go back to the bit. Why were those boys fleeing? Why was the bill charge broken? We keep starting at the CETO call and help and what happened? We need to ask, why did you guys flee the island at such a high rate that you guys almost sank the boat? Yeah. Anyway, y'all, let me know what you think in the comments. Listen, chew on this. Watch the other video. I'll be live tonight so we can discuss everything.
All right, chat, how do y'all feel about that, man? Do y'all think they were getting up out of there, or do y'all think they were already taking on water, man? Y'all let me know down in the comments. Chat, we're also 25 likes away from the next like goal and 20 subscribers away from the next sub goal. Be sure to hit the like button on your way in.
Tonight, in the investigation of the death of a young man, Nolan Wells, death threats are flying. One actually says there's going to be blood, so much blood. Another death threat says, don't go outside. How can anybody do their jobs when they're getting death threats? Not only that, we understand this case is headed to a grand jury. We also learned tonight that the state's autopsy is complete, but is being kept secret. Isn't an autopsy a public document? Why is it being kept hidden from us, the public? What is in that autopsy, the first autopsy of Nolan Wells? Good evening. I'm Nancy Grace. This is Crime Stories. I want to thank you for being with us.
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can you all please come? We have a membership. Shut up! Shut the up!
Thank you, Deborah.
What'd you say?
You know, if that sound is real, there's no getting away from that. And all this business about there's no connection, well, I listened to a good 40 seconds of CETO, S-E-A, second word T-O-W, on hold, listened to their music. There was plenty good connection, but before I can even get to the death threats of blood, so much blood everywhere, and don't step outside, and more, before I can even get to the grand jury, before I can get to the autopsy that's being kept hidden from us, I want you to meet someone very important, critical to this investigation. Her name, Janetta Brantley. Miss Brantley is the audio engineer who enhanced the 911 call, the CETO call, in the Nolan Wells case. So everybody claiming some ding-dong on YouTube did it, or somebody on Insta or TikTok did it, no. She did it. I've spoken to her. I've read her statement. I want you to judge her credibility. Credibility is normally the sole province of a jury, and tonight,
that's the audio engineer. I think she said she got over 10 years of experience. She told like what she did to the audio to make it clear. She didn't use any AI tools. You know, she went in and actually cleared it. I told y'all, chat, that's what my credentials is in, as an audio engineer. So I knew what she did. Once I heard it, I could tell she put an EQ on it. And I said she probably put a de-esser on it, but they didn't put a de-esser on it. I think it was an EQ and I forgot what else they said. But yeah, the lady has over 10 years of experience, audio engineering. They're dragging her over there on X. They done pulled up all of her old history and shit. I don't know, man.
You serve in that function. Miss Brantley, I'm sure that you're getting all sorts of abuse, threats, and so forth. It's a cacophony that seemingly won't cease. That said, thank you for being with us tonight. Explain to me where you got the audio, how you got the audio, and what, if anything, you did to enhance the audio.
First and foremost, I basically downloaded it off of YouTube from WLOX News's YouTube site. And when I downloaded it, I ripped it off of YouTube. That's the terminology that we use when we take something off of YouTube. But when I ripped it off of YouTube
Pause.
and I pulled it in.
Pause, please. Objection. Miss Brantley, isn't it true that the audio you got was taken directly by XLO from MDMR, correct? The Mississippi Department of Marine Resources. Isn't that true?
Yes.
Okay, please continue, Miss Brantley.
So when I downloaded it from YouTube, I pulled it into my DAW, which is Logic Pro X. That's my DAW of choice. And when I first listened to it, I realized that it was like a dual mono recording, which most, most phone services or operators utilize when they're recording conversations. And so it was already split between the caller, the dispatch, and the callers in the background. And so that's what made it easy for me to isolate it without having to do much to it. So that isolation, when I separated the left channel from the right channel, that just made me be able to really focus on everything that was on the call end. And what I was hearing was I honestly could not believe what I was hearing.
Miss Janetta Brantley, isn't it true this is the same audio that was released by the Mississippi Department of Marine Resources?
Yes, that is absolutely correct.
Let's listen.
I wonder what program she used. She probably used Pro Tools. More than likely, if she's a professional industry standard, she used Pro Tools. Some people use Logic, but for the most, or Studio One, but for the most part, she probably used Pro Tools.
To it one more time.
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can you all please come? We have a membership. Shut up! Shut the f*** up! What'd you say? It's coming up. We're just sinking. I don't know. We're going down now. I don't know the phone number. It's either. I think it's. Try that. Everybody was on this.
You said, do I think she's credible? It doesn't matter if she's credible or not. Her steps are repeatable. That's the whole thing about this, chat. What she's saying she done, anybody can do it. Honestly. If you have a basic Pro Tools knowledge, she just gave you the sauce. She said she ripped it off of YouTube, gave you the channel. She already said it was isolated on the caller side and the operator side. Just isolate the caller side, put a little EQ on it, and fuck, you should be hearing what the hell she's hearing. We don't gotta worry about if she's credible or not because she gave the method.
I know we have a membership, guaranteed. I don't have the tag on here. It got ripped off. What? No, we do not need that. Let me go look.
What I'm saying is, her credibility doesn't matter because the steps are repeatable. Any professional audio engineer can do exactly what she just said and test it. If it has the same sound, guess what? She's fucking credible. If it sounds different, guess what? It's probably something different. If you're using the same program, you're using the same EQs and shit, she just listen to what the fuck she said she did. It's not hard. I have an audio engineer background. That's why it sounds so damn simple to me. Like, oh shit, I see what she did. It's not fucking hard.
That is absolutely correct.
Let's listen to it one more time.
It's Logic Pro X. That's my dog
Logic.
choice.
That's what she said. She used Logic Pro X. So I went to school on Pro Tools. I did Pro Tools. She used Logic. Logic and Pro Tools are apples to oranges. It's just the shit. Pro Tools is industry standard. Logic is industry standard too, but it's more like preference. It's like some people use Windows, some people use Mac. That's the difference between Logic and Pro Tools. So she just said she used Logic. So you can go into Logic and do exactly what the fuck she just said. She even gave the program.
From MDMR, correct? The Mississippi Department of Marine Resources. Isn't that true?
Yes.
Okay, please continue, Ms. Brantley.
So when I downloaded it from YouTube, I pulled it into my DAW, which is Logic Pro X. That's my DAW of choice.
Now you saying from an audio off YouTube. Well, hell, it came from the Marine place. Where the fuck else was she gonna get it? Send her tell the Marine, the Marina or whatever it is, maritime place, to send the real audio, and we can do it live. We can do this shit live. It ain't hard.
I
just
when
don't
I first
know
listened
Logic.
to it,
I just don't know Logic. I have to get Pro Tools, man. If I get a computer with Pro Tools, we can do this shit. I just don't got Pro Tools on my computer. My cousin got that shit, though. We can drop that shit right in Pro Tools and do exactly what she said she did. Listen.
so when I downloaded it from YouTube, I pulled it into my DAW, which is Logic Pro X. That's my DAW of choice. And when I first listened to it, I realized that it was like a dual mono recording, which most, most phone services or operators utilize when they're recording conversations. And so it was already split between the caller, the dispatch, and...
So, yes, the dual mono recording, what it means is there's a left channel and a right channel. Right? It's going to be, when you see it, it's going to be stacked like this. You can isolate those. That's what she's speaking about.
And the callers in the background. And so that's what made it easy for me to isolate it without having to do much to it. So that isolation, when I separated the left channel from the right channel, that just made me be able to really focus on everything that was on the call end. And what I was hearing was I honestly could not believe what I was hearing.
Miss Janetta Brantley, isn't it true?
That's why Nancy Grace just cleared this shit up. Listen, R-Dog, you can keep moving the damn goalpost. Now that I just told you that the steps are repeatable, it's a fucking method to this shit, now you want to move the goalpost. Well, how about this, R-Dog? You put in the Freedom of Information request and you get us the real audio, right? And we'll do this shit. We'll isolate them. We'll put an EQ on it. Do exactly what she did. You get the real ones. Since you're so fucking credible, like we know who the fuck our dog is.
True, this is the same audio that was released by the Mississippi Department of Marine Resources.
Yes, that is absolutely correct.
Let's listen to it one more time.
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can you all please come? We have a membership. Hey, up! Shut the f*** up! What'd you say? It's coming up. We're just sinking.
All I'm saying is this. The steps that she gave were clear, concise, and repeatable. So to question her credibility is irrelevant. Now our dog's moving a goalpost saying that, oh, where she got the audio from. She even told where she got the audio from. So I'm saying, well, shit, you get the audio from the source that you want to get it from, right? If it's the same audio, we should be able to follow her method. I don't use Logic. I've never really used Logic. I use Pro Tools. But we could follow her method, or we could get somebody that fucking knows Logic and can follow her method, and we should get the same results. That's all I'm saying. It's not like she said, oh, I can't tell you my sauce. I can't tell you how I ate it. No, she just fucking told us what she did.
I don't know. Like we're going down. I don't know the phone number. It's either. I think it's. Try that. Everybody was on this phone. I know we have a membership, like guaranteed. I don't have the tag on here. It got ripped off. What? No, we do not need that. Let me go look. Where is this? How to jump in and pull the plug while you're going. Take it out of gear. Hello. Take it out of gear. Okay, what's going on? What's up? Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership. Hello! Let's go!
Boom, showing the method. Now she's pulled up fucking Logic and showing you how she's cleaning it up. She's showing you.
Thinking, can y'all please come? We have a minute. Where is this? How to jump in and pull the plug while you're going. Take it out of gear. Hello. Take it out of gear. Okay, what's going on? What's up? Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn.
Boom. Now look, she dropped the audio in there. Now she has it's four different tracks is what we'll call these tracks. See, she has 4 different tracks right here. She has the top 3 tracks muted. So she could work on one isolated track. She could isolate any one of these tracks that she wants. One of them is from the caller side. One of them is from the operator side. We see she has this one track isolated. Now she's about to add EQ to this one isolated track.
And our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership. Hello! Let's go!
Now she's putting a high pass filter on it, it looks like. It looks like she's putting a high pass filter on it. That's still EQ, but it's still looking like she's going to put a high pass filter on it.
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership. Hello! Let's go!
You hear that? See, these are the tracks. So when she, listen, I wish I could damn share my screen, but y'all be being weird and shit. So when you go to YouTube, you copy and paste it, you get the damn, they'll give you the version. Boom. She probably got the MP3 version or you get it, whatever. It's tracked out for her. Boom. She drops it in there. Now there are 4 different tracks. One left pan, one right pan, operator side, caller side. She isolated the 3. She isolated the 1. She muted 3 to isolate the 1. Now she's working on one audio, just one. It's like having one damn headphone in. If you got it panned to the left and to the right, it's like having one damn headphone in. She's just working on this damn side. That's it. She put an EQ on it. She put a high pass filter on it. And that's what came about. Now, she didn't get on there. She didn't cut a damn microphone on. She didn't say shit. We didn't see her drop no sounds in this motherfucker. All she did was isolated the track, put an EQ and a high pass filter on that motherfucker. Now listen, this is the background noise. Y'all see those little bitty, I don't know if y'all can see it, but those little bitty notches right there, that's the background noise. Now I'm assuming she's about to isolate those and bring the volume up on those as well, because the EQ is there. But you see those little bitty dots right there. That could be someone in the background. Like I know in the studio, it could be someone in the background coughing or someone closing a door or some shit like that. Though that's where you'll get those little notches. It just so happens that this time it's somebody in the background fucking talking. Now let's see if she isolates it and brings it up to where we can hear it. We can't really see because that box is covering it up. Like I said, she's only working with one track at a time. Her box right there is covering up those. On the gray one, you can see those little bitty notches. But on the blue one that she's isolated with, her box is covering it up. So I wonder if she gonna pull that volume up. Adding gain. Okay, right. So now she's pulling the volume up. That's what I asked. I wonder if she gonna pull the volume up. She's adding gain just to that section, and that's gonna make it to where we can hear it better.
Back to Janetta Brantley joining us tonight, and she shows herself in that video showing what she is doing. What does adding EQ mean, Ms. Brantley?
Adding EQ is basically selecting a certain frequency of the actual sound and either deleting or removing a certain noise, something that's problematic to the ear, deleting that.
Like, yes, chat, like I have a deep voice. So most of the time I cut out the bass in my voice. Like when I was doing music, I would take some of the bass out of my voice because it would carry and shit like that. I would leave my highs. I would leave a lot of highs on my voice and I would cut out the bass. So that's basically what she's doing. Everything that would muddy up the audio, which would be the lows, the bass, and some of the mids, you know, she's getting that, you know what I'm saying, shit out the way. She's just really wanting the highs. Clear shit.
Or boosting that. That's literally all EQing is.
What was your process, Janetta? Because I was sitting researching. It was early in the morning, like 5:45 a.m. several days ago, and I was researching the Nolan Wells case, and I saw the transcript as it was being played. And my husband was also up. He said, "What's wrong?" I'm like, if this is real, this changes everything. It changes everything. Because up until that point, it seemed as if Nolan's death could very well have been an accident. If this is real, it changes everything. It's seismic. What was your reaction when you heard these words, Janetta Brantley?
I think at my core, I was in disbelief. I wasn't cleaning it or enhancing it to specifically look for or identify a crime or even point the fingers at anybody. I believe I wanted it to be an accident. I think a lot of us wanted it to be an accident. So when I heard those things, when I heard, damn it, Bart, that name stood out to me because I hadn't even heard that name before. As I was listening to certain things that stood out to me, I was in disbelief because, again, I'm I'm just an audio engineer. I'm not an investigator, a detective, or anything like that. So when I heard a name that I wasn't familiar with, it stood out to me. And that alone made me want to hear what was immediately said after "Damn it, Bart." And so that's why in that process.
All right, chat. So she's saying she didn't know anything. Did y'all hear "Damn it, Bart" clearly, chat? Everyone hit the like button, man. We don't have enough likes in here. Yeah, we haven't got to the like goal yet. We got to get the likes up in here. We're like 30 likes short right now. Also subscribe to the channel. We go live every single night talking politics, current events, and entertainment, 10 p.m. Central Time.
Where "Damn it, Bart" came in loud and clear to me, I decided to go over to the next part to hear what the rest of that statement was, which is where you saw me actually create a loop over that part, split that part, and then add a gain, which the gain is boosting the volume overall. And that's pretty much what you saw me do in that actual video. And so to hear, "Damn it, Bart, Nolan's really dead now," that I couldn't believe it. I could not.
I didn't hear the Nolan's really dead now. I didn't hear that shit.
Believe it.
My reaction too, Janetta, because when I first heard it, I thought this has got to be doctored. This can't be real. Don't move. Straight out to veteran trial lawyer Franz Borghardt, a veteran trial lawyer joining us out of the Baton Rouge jurisdiction at Borghardt's law firm. Franz, take off your defense hat just one moment.
I couldn't believe it. I could not. At least said after "Damn it, Bart," that name stood out to me because I hadn't even believed.
It changes. Like Janetta Brantley joining us tonight, and she
boosting that. That's literally all EQing is.
What was your process, Janetta? Because I was sitting researching
sound and either
in that video showing
First tip of porn and guaranteed. I don't have the tag on here. It got ripped off. What? No, we do not need that.
Check his chest.
Let me go look. Worthless. How to jump in and pull the plug while you're going. Take it out of gear. Take it out of gear. Hello. Take it out of gear. Okay, what's going on? What's up? Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn and
the call.
Correct. The Mississippi Department of Marine Resources. Isn't that true?
Yes.
Okay, please continue, Ms. Brantley.
So when I downloaded it from YouTube, I pulled it into my DAW, which is Logic Pro X. That's my DAW of choice. And when I first listened to it, I realized that
a DAW, chat, is a digital audio workstation. That's all a DAW is. A DAW is short for digital audio workstation.
That it was like a dual mono recording, which most, most phone services or operators utilize when they're recording conversations. And so it was already split between the caller, the dispatch, and the callers in the background. And so that's what made it easy for me to isolate it without having to do much to it. So that isolation, when I separated the left channel from the right channel, that just made me be able to really focus on everything that was on the call end. And what I was hearing was I honestly could not believe what I was hearing.
Ms. Janetta Brantley, isn't it true this is the same audio that was released by the Mississippi Department of Marine Resources?
Yes, that is absolutely correct.
Let's listen to it one more time.
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can you all please come? We have
the left channel from the right channel. that just made me be able to really focus on everything that was on the call. And what I was hearing was I honestly could not believe what I was hearing.
Miss Janetta Brantley, isn't it true this is the same audio that was released by the Mississippi Department of Marine Resources?
Yes, that is absolutely correct.
Let's listen to it one more time.
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership. Shut the up! What'd you say? It's coming up. We're just sinking. Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership. Shut the up! What'd you say? It's coming up. We're just sinking.
Somebody ass in trouble, allegedly. Somebody ass in trouble, allegedly. What?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership. Shut the up! What'd you say? It's coming up. We're just sinking. I don't know. Like we're going down now. I don't know the phone number. It's either. I think it's. Try that. Everybody was on this phone. I know we have a membership, like guaranteed. I don't have the tag on here. It got ripped off. What? No, we do not need that. Let me go look.
You said the boat is the island is full of people. How do you get rid of a body in front of everybody? Allegedly, shit. If this audio is what we heard, it sounds like his ass was on the boat. Sounds like they just came to the realization that Nolan passed away right then, from what I'm hearing, allegedly.
Worthless. Hey, jump in and pull the plug while you're going. Take it out of gear. Take it out of gear. Hello. Take it out of gear. Okay, what's going on? What's up? Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
Do y'all think that was a hand we seen in that video? Do y'all really think that was a hand?
Hello. Let's go.
If it's not Janetta, then who? She got it. The same sound that was released by the Mississippi Department of Marine Resources. What? You think they doctored it?
There is nothing normal about this case. And if the
That's not what I asked you. I'm asking you to explain your premise, and you're not doing it.
I said if I were a prosecutor, I would want to be able to establish with expert testimony that what we are listening to is real. And I would want a witness, because I'm telling you, with this case, with as viral as it's been, I'm not disagreeing that it's real. I'm saying I would want to be able to bolster that very credible woman's testimony, and she is very credible. I have no doubt that what we're listening to and what she did is credible. The issue is, I don't know if she can go the
Where did it come
distance
from?
to say,
Okay,
right,
got it. She cannot testify as to whether MDMR had enhanced it or doctored it before it was released. But see, the problem is you would have to ask someone to believe a clerk or an official at the Mississippi Department of Marine Resources doctored this before they released it, to the extent that nobody could understand it until they enhanced it. That's a hell of a doctor job. Okay, so you did that. Then you got into the medical examiner findings. Okay, what was your theory on that? Very quickly.
Very quickly. If he's dead on the boat, how did he die? It should be conclusive. It shouldn't be inconclusive.
Zip. Joining us right now, Joseph Scott Morgan, renowned death investigator, professor of forensics, Jacksonville State University, with a premier criminal pro department and building, author of Blood Beneath My Feet, star of a hit series, Body Bags with Joseph Scott Morgan, and it goes on. Significant, over 10,000 death scenes under his belt. Joe Scott, follow up. I'm not arguing in Burkhart's. Let's learn, if we can, from what he's saying. Jump.
Yeah, so whatever has been the causal factors here has got to marry up with what they were seeing at the scene, and perhaps the audio does fall into this, these statements. And I think that probably from a medical legal perspective, that is the coroner and the medical examiner are going to want to be able to fully appreciate what is being said here from a timeline. This is absent the police's investigation. They're going to try to rule in or rule out what they're seeing presenting on Nolan's remains when they finally did receive them at the state medical examiner's office and that examination began. And this is going to be critical and key, because the causal effects here are going to be critical. We go back to these changes that the second autopsy referred to on the back of the head. Now, the doctor was not able to, at that point in time, even though he did do a thorough, what's referred to as a layered dissection here, he could not establish the causal effects here because the injury or the insult that you see there, this presentation, is compromised by decomposition. So what did the state medical examiner see? My problem is here, Nancy, how was the body treated before or after the first autopsy and the body is transported up to D.C.? I have questions about this because they're talking about to the degree with which the body was decomposed. The doctor up in D.C. is seeing significant decomposition. We don't know what they saw in Mississippi, but I do know that you're only talking about and I'm ballparking here, please give me some grace, maybe 48 hours tops before the medical legal authorities have seen the body. So how far degraded is the body to compromise any of this? And this evidence is going to have to be borne.
Najee comes through with a super chat. Thank you, Najee, for supporting the channel. You said, Plug, what's your opinion of Nancy? Do you trust her? I think Nancy's applying pressure. I will say this. This is my first time really keeping up with Nancy. I've heard her name before, but I haven't really tapped into what Nancy has going on. But it does look like she's applying pressure for sure. She putting some pressure out there.
Borne out, not just with the physical findings that you see with the unaided eye, but also whatever's going on toxicologically.
I want you to take a careful look at this video we have obtained. Let's see it. Look how tightly everyone is packed in. There were hundreds of people out on Horn Island on July the 4th. What, nobody saw what happened to Nolan Wells? They all just left with him standing there stranded, waving his arms like Gilligan? That did not happen. Now that you're seeing this, what is an innocent explanation? I'm trying to figure that out. Joining me, and I'll circle back to you, Joe Scott, because I got a lot of questions regarding the way he could have died innocently and been left behind, and that sound being true. The sound that Janetta Brantley enhanced. Is there any innocent explanation? Is there a way, as my favorite judge often said, Luther Alverson, it is your duty to make all witnesses speak the truth and impugn perjury to no one. Is there a way that can be done? I don't know that it can. It seems to me that someone is lying. But who? Joining me now, Teslin Figaro, social justice, political commentator, host of the Teslin Figaro podcast. Ms. Figaro, thank you for being with us. I'd like to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, well, that's what the family is saying. They don't believe he died by accident. That's the point. That's the reason why Nolan Wells' mom is saying, I don't believe this. I don't believe he died by accident before we had the audio. The audio simply confirms that there are additional questions that needs to be asked. It wasn't just one thing they said in the audio. They said Nolan repeatedly in the audio. They said check his chest in the audio. They said, is he dead in the audio? And also notice this, Nancy. Did you notice that the operator also said, is anybody breathing? Who says that? What operator says who all is breathing on the boat? So is this all the audio, Nancy? Is there more audio? That's my question.
I want to look specifically, Teslin, at what was said. At one point, we think, you killed him? He's already dead. He's already dead? Is he dead? Yeah. Nolan, OMG, wake up. And as Janetta stated, then she hears a completely different name, Bart. Now, we also hear, and I'm very curious, the phrase, no. Teslin Figaro, was that a nickname of Nolan Wells?
I cannot confirm if that's a nickname of his or not. But what I do know is we heard Nolan. What I do know is we heard check his chest. What I do know is that we said, is he dead? What we do know is we heard screams. There's folks out there suggesting that perhaps they were talking to a seagull or perhaps talking to some random bird that was flying around that's called No. There were folks out there that suggested, well, maybe they were talking about the boat. Come on, we got to knock this off, Nancy. We heard what we heard. And so if we were to put this before a jury.
Also, we hear, damn it, Bart, No-No's really dead. Damn it, Bart, No-No's really dead. Repeating it over and over and over.
They can't sweep this shit under the rug, man. They can't sweep this shit under the rug, man.
According to reports, his nickname, one of them, is No. Back to Teslin Figaro.
Alleged.
What is Nolan's mother's theory about what happened in light of these tapes?
Before we even had the tapes, her theory is, I told my son, I've raised my son just like I've raised my 19-year-old the same way, Nancy, like I'm sure you raise your children. Come back with the people you went with. Her theory has always been that he is a fantastic swimmer, that he is an athlete. Her theory has always been that he did not drown. Her theory has always been that there's something wrong with this picture. Her theory has always been that the fact that, he left his phone and left his keys. Her theory has also always been that he did not just go off with some random stranger and say, guys, don't worry about it, just leave me on an island. Her theory is the same thing before this audio. This audio only confirms what this mother already knew.
Hi guys, Nancy Grace here. If you are a homeowner, you've probably thought, should I call American young men on the boat with Nolan Wells? Mm-hmm. We have a lot of questions that have to be answered. Is this sound real? Has it been enhanced? Who enhanced it?
Chat. Everyone hit the like button. Double tap that screen on your way in. We're 25 likes away from the next like goal. Also, we're trying to hit 50,200 subscribers. If you want to be a part of this journey to 100K, subscribe to the channel. We go live every single night at 10 p.m. Central Time talking politics, current events, and entertainment. Subscribe to the channel.
Was it AI or doctored before Janetta Brantley pumped it up so we can hear it?
Oh shit, I forgot, chat. This live stream is sponsored by Prompts to Products. We had a great webinar the other night. It's free. Come in, learn, hang out, build community, learn how to build things. We had 9 or 10 people in there this weekend. Be sure to get with us in the Discord, sign up, learn how to build something. Stop using AI like a search bar. start using it to build, man.
I want you to hear another version.
You can see that I have the CTO channel completely muted, so we're only listening to the callers. Then I go through and simply raise the volume of all of the chatter we hear at the beginning of the call.
So with this one, it looks like they have this one in damn Mixcraft or something. This looks like Mixcraft. It doesn't look like Logic. It doesn't look like Pro Tools, really. It could be. It really don't look like Pro Tools. It looks like Mixcraft. But she didn't put any EQ on it. She didn't put the high pass. All she did was increase the gain on those sections. So this audio has no EQ on it. Only the gain has been increased.
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can you all please come? We have a membership. Hey, up! Shut the f*** up! Damn it, Bart.
So that one had no EQ on it. That one looked like all they did was increase the gain.
Susan, that was enhanced by my producer, Sydney. I know her like that.
So now, y'all see, I told y'all the steps are repeatable. Nancy just had her producer go in there, whatever they're using. It looked like it might be damn Mixcraft. I don't know what that is. It could be Fruity Loops or something. But all they did was add gain. Nancy just repeated the steps that the producer lady gave her and got damn near the same results. She just didn't put an EQ on it and a high pass filter.
I asked her, enhance it the best you can. She, again, has no interest in the outcome of this case. She pulls up, quote, want me to cover him up? I mean, Susan, weigh in.
That's what I'm telling our dog ass. Hell, put in the Freedom of Information request. Get the actual audio that you feel comfortable with, long as it's from that official Freedom of Information request, and we'll fucking edit it right here on live. That's what I went to school for. We'll edit this shit right here on live.
Listening to the enhanced version, both of them now, not doctored, by the way, there's a big difference there. Have you ever heard, Nancy, on Instagram where you listen to two things and your mind goes to what you're thinking of, like green car or moon boat? What are we really hearing? I believe that something nefarious did happen. Where I think the answers will be, again, this is my opinion, but I believe something happened there and we're not hearing the full story. And you pointing out, Nancy, how crowded that area was. So let's say what people are claiming, that it was an accidental drowning. No one saw. Look here at the crowd. Nobody saw what happened. And all of us have our phones on us all the time. No one recorded this. I think the answers are in the timeline and also the.
Hey, Mike, you said I might want to ask for a refund on the education. You ain't even seen me edit nothing. You might want to ask me for a refund on Hold My Nuts. How about that, Mike? How about that on GTA allegedly? How about you ask for a refund from holding up grabbing on all these nuts over here and shit, man? Because all you do is come through this bitch dick pulling, allegedly, on GTA.
Autopsy, when we will hear answers there.
You're seeing video from the Officer Tatum show, and I don't know what they were trying to show with it, but how can someone be dead and floating in the water and nobody notice? Which leads me to, Susan Hendricks, the fact that we have learned tonight that the state's autopsy is complete, but it's being kept secret.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Being held for the grand jury to look into that. And the fact, as you brought up, Nancy, earlier, that part of his throat was missing, will that be key? There's so many questions around this, but right, it's a public record, but we're not hearing about it.
No, it ain't no pause, regular Mike. I can't even say pause on that because that's what he's doing, right? He's in here nut hugging, man. He's in here pulling on my shit. Leave me alone, man. The fuck is wrong with you? Wasn't nobody talking to you. Who invited him? I'm tired of y'all bringing these plus ones to the damn party that don't know how to act, man. Shit. Unhand my shit.
I guess they're waiting for the grand jury to show them that first.
Joe Scott Morgan, death investigator. I've never known an autopsy report not to be a public record unless they're claiming ongoing investigation.
Yeah.
Now, in the D4VD David Anthony Burke case, the LAPD demanded the medical examiner keep it secret because the medical examiner's office allegedly was leaking information, possibly for money. Don't know that yet, but I will. How common is that the medical examiner is ordered not to release the autopsy? Why is the autopsy being kept secret?
Because it's continued.
I don't know how Nolan passed away. I don't know if it happened fast. I don't know what happened. I don't know. Heard something about chest. We seen the pool in the blood, the back of his head. Anything could have happened. Anything could have happened. We seen there could have been a hand that popped up that was at the bottom of the boat. We don't know what that was that popped up that kind of looked like a hand or a foot. That we don't know. Don't know what the fuck happened, man.
Investigation. They're going to get a grand jury with this. I can tell you that. I'll bet you dollars to donuts if that's the case. We see it with, we saw it with Idaho 4, right? We didn't have it there. We don't have it with Charlie Kirk. You know, that's an ongoing event. This is being.
I bet you would want us to stop talking about this. You want this shit to go away so they can do whatever the fuck they want to in this investigation. No, we're going to keep following this shit closely, man, because the more eyes that's on this case, the more we keep these folks honest, man. I bet you would like us to stop talking about this shit.
Investigated. And, you know, the point of contact here is an interesting situation here because you have the state medical examiner, but you also have a county coroner. The state medical examiner provides a service to the county coroner. The coroner is an elected official. He does not do these autopsies. And so the coroner is going to be the gatekeeper relative to any kind of document. But with that said, under state statute, the DA, the prosecutor, they can say, look.
You said you hope these boys sue the fuck out these you two folks. What have I done? I ain't putting nothing on nobody. I said we don't know what happened to them. It's all alleged on GTA. We doing reactions. But what we not going to do is act like they didn't say it's some damn GoFundMes and shit going on. All right? Hey, man, cut it out. Cut it out.
You're going to hold off on releasing this report. So it's being held at this point in time. Now, the reports that we're hearing are saying that it is complete. Now, what does that mean? Well, if you have a complete autopsy report, that means they've got tox, they've probably got histology, which is going to be the tissue studies, and they actually have the anatomical autopsy report that has been completed. That's what I think it was ABC that was reporting that. I can't validate that, but that's what is being leaked out at this point in time. So they have this report.
The only thing that I'm saying is that for sure it's a cover-up. We know that it's a cover-up because it took 3 weeks for them to say anything about some blow being out there. Someone running around passing out blow said that they bringing in 20 people for 20 names have been dropped. That's a fucking cover-up. At the base level, they covered that shit up. Nobody said nothing about any blow until 3 weeks later. Straight up. Somebody covering something up, and we can start with the damn blow.
I think the question is, and this goes back to you, my friend, is that if...
Kevin, you need to mind your business. You say, I'm high as shit, and you in my fucking business.
This is going to be a grand jury thing. When is it going? And when is the medical examiner going to be called and summoned to speak to this? That's what everybody's going to be hanging on, in my opinion.
Hold on. Joe Scott, you mentioned the tox report. That's a blood panel done. Was he drinking? Was he using drugs? A lot has been made.
Or had he been given something?
Witnesses stating Nolan was drunk. Okay. Does that really change anything? Does that change anything unless he died of acute alcohol poisoning? Because I guarantee you ain't anybody on that boat that's afraid of a cocktail. Okay? So if he was drinking, what difference does that make in whether he was killed or whether he died of an accident, Joe Scott?
Well,
you said when you party with friends, do you tell all the drugs that they do? I tell them about their motherfucking self. See, this one thing about me. You're not finna bring out no fucking blow around me, bro. Straight up, man. That's the one thing for sure, two things for certain. Anybody that knows me in my life can attest to this shit, man. Once somebody pulls out the blow, all bets are off, bro. All bets are off, man. No. Hell no, man. Put that shit the fuck down.
Listen, Nancy, I know you're a teetotaler, but let me tell you something. The drunker you get, the more alcohol you take on board, it lessens your ability to defend yourself. It lessens your ability to make good decisions. And so we see this played out all the time in the medical legal world. And that's going to be the measure here, I think, relative to tox. Everybody wants to see the toxicology because that's going to give us an idea chemically what is in this young man's system. Was he able to do for himself at that point in time? And that's another problem that arises here.
It's a double-edged sword, Joe Scott. You can argue rightly. He was.
Now listen, Chad, I'm just going to say this. Whatever y'all do in y'all personal time is y'all personal time. I'm just saying this. Don't pull out no fucking blow around me. While y'all in this bitch, keep that shit put up. Leave it in the car, at home, get high before you come. I don't give a damn. I just don't want to see it. Put no fucking blow around me, man.
Was drunk and could not defend himself against an attack. Right. You could also argue he was drunk and hit his head, and then they go, oh, my stars, he's dead. Yep. But wouldn't that have shown up in the autopsy if he died by a blow to the head, be it accidental or nefarious? Wouldn't that have shown up?
Yeah, and keep in mind the second physician that did the autopsy, who, by the way, is highly respected, the former chief medical examiner for D.C., that was retained.
You said, why am I still talking about it? Because this my shit. Not talk about what the fuck I want. You know, sometimes I get on this bitch and just talk about my day. J-Tay, have you ever thought about that maybe this is my channel and I pressed live, nigga? And sometimes I talk about the shit I want to talk about too. You know, sometimes I just fire up a live. I might play Fortnite. I might run my mouth. I might edit a video. I might host a workshop. Nigga, this is my channel. What the fuck are you talking about?
By the family. He didn't see any evidence of fractures. All right. Now, that doesn't mean that there wasn't a concussive event. I'm talking about being hit in the head, and you can have stuff that's contained within the cranial vault that might not be presenting. But again, back to what I said earlier, I find it very interesting that this doctor is commenting on the state of the decomposition when he sees the body, and that's problematic. It's very problematic when you're trying to make an assessment. You're already absent the organs of the neck. You're absent intact lungs, and because the specter of drowning is on the table as well. So if you want to make a thorough scientific assessment, he's kind of handcuffed, isn't he, at this point? And again, going back to this idea.
Now we got the YouTube police in here. Here comes the box man. Your channel violates so many copyrights. The moment you make money, they will come take it. Nigga, I do reactions to motherfuckers I know that ain't hating. Motherfuckers who want to see everybody eat, nigga. I know what the fuck going on, man. You don't think they done tried to wipe my nose, man? You don't know how many haters swipe through this bitch and get mad that they see my face every fucking night, man. We know what the hell going on.
How long did it take them to get his body to DC, and why was it in such a state of decomposition when it arrived?
Hi, guys. Nancy Grace here. Please join.
If someone gets arrested and accused of this crime is going to be, if the toxicology shows a high BAC in the absence of anything else, what you yourself said, could it have been foul play where he couldn't defend himself, or foul play in so much as he got injured because he was quote unquote drunk? That remains to be seen.
Thank you, OTG. Thank you, OTG. He's describing what happens if you listen to too much Snoop Dogg, too much Diggity Dog, and too much Tupac. And your mom's worried and that she wants these nuts. Mike, you still in this bitch mad about 30 minutes ago? Oh my God, chat, we got us one. I got under Mike's skin. That shit was like 30 minutes ago. Mike's still in this bitch throwing rocks. Somebody must have timed you out, Mike. You must have had that shit on your mind for a long time. You must have had that shit on your chest for a minute, my boy. It ain't that serious, Mike. I'm nobody, bro. I'm just a nigga on live, okay? I'm just a nigga on live right now, Mike. Pull your panties out of your ass. Unclutch them pearls, man.
But I don't discount the fact.
Put him up,
Joe
please. Let me
said
see,
it.
Workhart.
I don't.
You're saying foul play, but it could have been something as simple as horsing around on the boat and him hitting his head. It could be somebody whacking him in the head. It could be finding him in the water face down. And this.
All right, y'all, let's give Mike some attention. Yeah, and your mom's worried about you're not holding money out for your taxes like you did. She said, and then you could try to borrow money from her, and she wants to spend her money on these nuts. Now, listen, Mike. Listen, Mike. I could say a lot right now, but I know my stream wants to get back to the show. So I'm going to spare you, Mike, okay? I don't want to see your mom. I don't want to do any freakaleakish shit to your mom. You know what I'm saying? I'll pass on her. I'll pass on your aunts and siblings and shit too, you know, if you got some sisters. We're just going to leave you and your family alone, Mike, because I know how you get. You're one of those that might not handle it well. You're one of those that might go to the grocery store and just fucking lose it. I see it. You're still mad from fucking 40 minutes ago, 30, 40 minutes ago. You might not need to be around any places with a lot of people, Mike. I don't know, man. I just get that vibe from you.
Mark on the back of his head is some type of fluid disbursement, which I don't believe because it was nowhere else on the body except right there. And if your blood is going to sink to the lowest level upon death, it would be all over the body, but we're not seeing that. So why is just the occipital have the deep red markings? So many questions. And let me stress, before you bother sending me another death threat, we don't know the answers. These boys, these young men on that boat could be completely innocent. But when I listen to this sound, there are a lot of questions. Back to Teslan Figaro, who is joining us. She's the host of the Teslan Figaro podcast. She is a social justice and political commentator.
So they bringing her back again, man. Listen, man. At this point, man, I don't know what the fucking cat done drew again. Some of y'all ass in the chat ain't rap too tight, man. I'm just gonna say it, man. Some of y'all motherfuckers ain't rap too tight, man. Y'all in this bitch acting like the police. You in this bitch banging your head against the wall because I done said some slick shit to you, man. I don't know, bro. Maybe some of y'all need to just take a day or two off, bro. Like, maybe this is a little too much for you. Maybe it's too overstimulating. I don't know, man. Shit's crazy.
Have you noticed that people are making a lot of the fact that Nolan was, quote, drunk? A, how do they know that? And B, does it make a difference?
Yeah, well, I've absolutely noticed it, that he was allegedly, they're saying he was drunk, and it doesn't make a difference. And let me ask you this, Nancy. If he was drunk with other teenage kids, he certainly wasn't drunk by himself. So if he was drunk, why was he the only drunk one that ended up dead? Secondly, if this was an accident, let's say he just got so drunk and just passed out, why didn't anybody report it? So even if it was an accident, even if he got drunk, which I don't believe, by the way, even if all those things happened, why did his so-called friends not report it? That's the part that we're missing. So where's the answer to that, Nancy? He just went and just said, I'm just going to be drunk and just go in the middle of the ocean and just die with hundreds and hundreds of people who are around, who are watching? Nobody saw anything happen. His friends didn't see anything happen. And again, I go back to this tape. I will not sit up here and pretend that I did not hear what was on that tape. And I ask again, even the operator said, who is breathing on the boat? Don't you think that's strange, Nancy? Who's breathing
Yes,
on
when I
the
first
boat?
heard that, Tesla, I thought, I've never heard a dispatch say, who's breathing? What? Did she hear all that in the background and do nothing? Or did she hear it and say something and release it? We don't know, man. We got to paper everybody with subpoenas to get to the bottom of this, but I want to go to George Olivo and everybody on the panel. You're experts in your own right. Please tell me if you want to jump in. Please, I'm not clairvoyant. To George Olivo joining us. He's the former. You understand? Did they tell you they took a poly and passed?
Yes, ma'am. They told me that they did it. I wasn't there, so that's what I'm saying. From my understanding, they told me that all the boys except one, which is Warren, I believe, took a polygraph test. All of them did not have lawyers and did it and cooperated with police. Warren also cooperated with police. I just believe he didn't take a lot to take the test, but Warren is the young man that I interviewed. So according to what they told me, they all took a lot to take the test and passed. And it's an equivalent of a lot of take the test. It's not.
I know Warren was mad than a motherfucker when Officer Tatum went on Nancy Grace and said that shit. Hey, Chad, picture being Warren, bro, and watching this episode, and you got this nigga Officer Tatum talking like this, bro. I know Warren was mad as a motherfucker.
That all the boys
Allegedly.
except one, which is Warren, I believe, took a polygraph test. All of them did not have lawyers and did it and cooperated with police. Warren also cooperated with police. I just believe he didn't take a lot to take the test, but Warren is the young man that I interviewed. So according to what they told me, they all took a lot of.
Listen, Ronald, you said, you know what, guys? I think it's going to be ruled an accident. I do too. I said this shit the other day. That's the reason they waited 3 weeks to bring out the cocaine narrative, allegedly. That's why we not getting the toxicology report and all of that shit that's going to a grand jury. They're about to say that he got a hold of some dirty blow, fucking OD'd, and they finna try to blame whoever was out there passing out the coke. Do I think that's what happened? No. But do I think that's what they're gonna say? Yes. Why else wait till 3 weeks for the cocaine, the blow narrative to come out, and now 20 Peach will be in question, and now you got Officer Tatum running around. What about his black friends? What about his black friends? Really, nigga? Really, nigga? The day after the narrative comes out with the blow, now all the videos from the phone deleted. The other phones are allegedly pictures being taken from other phones. Why did they delete all the phones? Oh, because they was out there getting high, allegedly. Oh, allegedly they were out there getting high and they didn't want any evidence of, yeah. They finna try to pull an okie doke, man. They finna try to pull an okie doke.
Tech test and passed. And it's
allegedly
an equivalent.
It's all speculation
of a lot of tech test. It's not a traditional lot of tech test, but it's the same theology of trying to get to if a person is lying. I don't know the name of it. It's an equivalent of a lot of tech tests. It's a different methodology. I don't believe it was a polygraph test. I believe they took other stressors in order to analyze.
So then
you said, have you ever been in a accident where minors passed away and you survived? What does that have to do with this? I mean, no, but what does that have to do with this? I've been in a situation a lot more similar to this than what you talking about. These folks was grown. These was 18-year-olds and up.
The answer to did they take a polygraph would be no. He's charming. He's well-spoken. But that was no. That was a no. They did not take a polygraph test, and not all of them took the, as he is calling it, the equivalent. Okay, George Olivo, in my experience as a trial lawyer, there is no equivalent for a polygraph. Tell me.
See, you said they will still charge the person that supplied the whatever, if it was, exactly. And that's why I believe Officer Tatum's running around talking about, what if it was his black friends? What if it was his black friends? That's alleging that the niggas was selling the blow. In my opinion, that's alleging that niggas was selling the blow. He got a hold of some dirty blow, maybe, and that's the narrative they about to run with. We can't let that shit ride, bro. Like, no, we need why is all of this toxicology being hidden going to the grand jury? Like Nancy said, the autopsy is public record. Shit is crazy.
The various bodily indicators a polygraph measures.
So polygraph does have very specific markers, and we're looking for physiological changes in baseline or truth signature. So we're looking at things like respiration, heart rate, electrodermal activity, which most people interpret as sweat gland activity. We're looking at peripheral movements to try and determine if someone's trying to cheat on the test. So it's quite extensive. And I think what the Officer Tatum was probably referring to, whether he realized it or not, was the voice.
I'm just saying, this is all speculation, allegedly, on GTA, in my opinion. It's mighty funny that the day after Nolan's parents subpoenaed the actual phone records from all the social media companies and the carriers with the metadata, if anything was deleted from the cloud, that same day, what comes out? Oh, it was somebody out there passing out blow. Notice, they didn't say it was somebody out there selling blow. They said it was somebody out there passing out blow, right? Then you got 20 people's names have been turned in. Officer Tatum said it. Oh, yeah, I told the kid to go to law enforcement. I don't know if law enforcement is doing this, and law enforcement already knows. He's turned in 20 names because somebody was out there passing out blow the day after Nolan's mom asked for the phone records. Now, we know all of this shit's been deleted, allegedly, maybe, out of his phone. We know that these pictures that's been circulating, allegedly, are taken from another phone of a phone. So everything's deleted out of the phone. Why? Well, maybe it was, they're going to say, I don't believe it, but they're going to say, well, they were out there doing this. They wanted to cover their tracks. Maybe they didn't want the dealer to get in trouble or nothing like something like that. And they're going to try to say it's over with. That's where the niggas come in. That's where you get Officer Tatum. Why y'all say none of his black friends? Well, shit, nigga, it was only Tristan out there. Tristan was the only other nigga out there, wasn't he? As far as Nolan's friends, Tristan was the only other one out there, allegedly. Speculation. So how else could you blame some niggas other than through that narrative with the blow? How else can you blame some niggas? If it ain't the blow, what is it? If Tristan was the only other nigga out there like that.
Stress analyzer seems like, I think he used that word one time, some kind of stressor test. It's probably that. They might have
Oh, Javon was there too? Well, Javon and Tristan. Shit, how else?
taken.
Allegedly. What's up, Just Talking?
Hi, guys. American homeowners. The FBI has been warning beating a poly involuntaries to fix it. FBI Special Agent Polygrapher George Olivo. As I recall, just off the top of my head, a polygraph measures things you really cannot control unless you can have studied and practiced beating a poly. Involuntary physical stress responses, blood pressure, heart rate, breathing rate, whether you're sweating. Tubes around your chest and abdomen track your breathing, and even not just how fast you're breathing, but the depth of your breathing. Does your breathing become shallow? Do you have to pause and take deep breaths to calm yourself down? A traditional poly, measures cardiovascular activity. There's a blood pressure cuff on your arm, and it measures your pulse and your blood pressure fluctuation. It also...
You said this might actually be just about shitty friends that left your ass hanging? Yeah, but that's not what they finna tell the world. They not gonna tell the world that shit. We know what they finna tell the world, Chad. Sadly enough, bro. Sadly enough, as fucked up as we do, man, bro, we know what they finna tell the world, bro. They already did a soft launch to what they finna tell the world, bro. Remember what Officer Tatum words was. 150%. His source that was credible said 150% He knew that Nolan was allegedly doing that. That's the soft launch. They getting the come on, bro. We know what a soft launch is.
Measures what's called electrodermal activity. What is that? I've had to explain it a million times to jurors. Sensors attached to the fingers measure your sweat gland activity.
Now I'm making that up. Officer Tatum said it. I didn't say that. Officer Tatum said that he had a credible source that he knows is credible, knows to be credible, said with 150% certainty that was going on. The blow was there. A guy was passing out blow, and he knows with 150% certainty, not Officer Tatum, but his credible source said with 150% certainty, Nolan was partaking. That's the soft launch, allegedly. That's what they gearing us up for. Shit crazy.
And even your skin electrical conductivity. The examiner then asks neutral questions like, is your name George Olivo? Are you from Cincinnati, Ohio? Are you from LA, California? Are you a polygrapher? Were you with the FBI? Were you there when Nolan Wells died? That's how that would work. You would lay a foundation of non-disturbing questions, baseline questions they're called, to get the person that's being subjected to a poly to get their baseline heart rate, their blood pressure, and so forth. Then when you hit them with a question regarding the case, you see if there's any change in that. Okay, I know I'm speaking as a layperson, George Olivo, but those are some of the things a polygraph measures.
You nailed it. Yeah, that's right, Nancy. And let me just add that the correlation between deception and physiology is nothing new. It goes back 4,000 years back in China when the emperor was questioning one of his subjects. He would have a doctor standing by to listen to the heart rate.
You said, if so, somebody going to prison, period. Yeah, then who y'all think it's finna be? Who y'all think it's finna be? Whoever they say was passing out that blow. Whoever they finna say was passing out that blow is who they finna pin it on. Straight up. Alleged.
Determine if the person was telling the truth or not. And we've been studying it ever since.
What is the test that Officer Tatum is talking about? To what is he referring?
I think, and he was kind of cryptic, maybe intentionally or unintentionally, maybe he didn't really know, but it sounded like he was referring to a voice stress analyzer. Those are these machines that detect microstressors electronically in the voice. The research is very weak on that and that type of technology. I guess it's better than nothing, but the bottom line is, I mean, and I'm speaking as a polygraph examiner, and I'm saying this, no diagnostic tool, and you know this obviously, should ever be used as a final verdict. I mean, it is just one piece of the truth puzzle. But obviously, if you had a choice between a voice stress analyzer and a polygraph, there's really no comparison. A polygraph is going to be way more preferable.
Well, I mean, even polygraphs are not allowed in a criminal trial unless both parties stipulate they will be allowed to up front before the poly's even taken. They are allowed in civil trials. And isn't it true, George Olivo, you're the former FBI polygrapher, isn't it true the questions matter? They're critical. Because if you throw opening questions like, did you do anything wrong? Or what happened that day? You can't ask questions like that.
Chat, I need everyone to hit the like button on your way in, and we're 7 subscribers away from 50,200. We go live every single night over here talking politics, current events, and entertainment, 10 p.m. Central Time. Please subscribe to the channel.
You really have to ask yes/no questions, then they can expound upon it. Your questions must be very specific. Isn't that true?
100%. Yeah. Test question construction is something that is going to, well, a lot of things are going to make or break a test, but test question construction is key. And if something is, let's say there's a missing child, a missing person, and you ask someone of interest, are you responsible for their disappearance? Well, that's a terrible question because, they may feel morally responsible. If only I had been more careful, they feel guilty. And so you're asking the wrong question there. So you really have to get with investigators.
Or you could have asked the perp that grabs the kid off the street, are you responsible for the disappearance? And they go, no, because in their mind, it's the parents' fault because the child was out on the street. Hadn't have anything to do with me. I just gave him a ride before I killed him. That said, you can't leave anything open to interpretation, just like you and I are describing. So when I would agree to a polygraph, I never stipulated it would come into court, ever.
The sub counter at the bottom is 50,199. Thank you, Young Merv says, salute the 50 racks, my fellow FBA. Thank you, Young Merv, man. Appreciate you for pulling up on me, my boy. I'm glad that you got to stop through tonight, man. And thank you for that salute. We had 50,199, man. We one subscriber away from 50,200.
But when I would agree to a polygraph as an investigative tool,
thank you, YouTube.
I would take part in selecting the questions and creating the questions. Because frankly, let's just be honest, George. A voice stress test where the prosecutor or the investigator is not in charge of the questions ain't worth a hill of beans, technical legal jargon. That means nothing to me.
I'd agree with you there.
Let me put it more clearly. Voice stress test, my rear end. That ain't coming into court. In fact, I wouldn't even pay any attention to it. Now, you give me a polygraph where I help fabricate the questions? Maybe. I want to know who is the polygrapher. Is he somebody the defense hires all the time so they're beholden to the defense? No, I want somebody like Olivo that did it with the FBI. So telling me these boys, as they call them, they're young men, took, first it was a poly, then I find out it's a voice stress test, took a test and they passed. Oh, except one of them didn't take it. That means nothing. Put them on a poly with questions approved by the state. Then I'll pay attention. Right now, it's really not worth the salt that goes in my bread. You know what?
Shit.
If I wanted someone to pass one of these lie detector tests, I'd go with a voice test like these young men took. I wouldn't let them take a polygraph. Susan Hendricks joining us, investigative journalist and reporter. Death threats, including one that says, blood will be everywhere. What was that?
That was from a man out of Sacramento, now arrested and threatening the judge, who is the stepmother of Warren. And talk about frightening.
Picked his ass up.
A lot of blood. There'll be a lot of blood like there was on the boat, but yours will be much faster.
The perp is Joseph Alfredo Vasquez Dumars.
Damn, Joseph wasn't bullshit.
Arrested Thursday on charges of interstate transmission of threatening communication. Now, these are federal documents. What did...
I know he felt like a dumbass going to the county.
He threatened one of the young men's mom with, Susan?
The threats were against Warren, one of the boys on the boat, his stepmother, who is a judge. And it was graphic. It was brutal, saying there will be blood everywhere, threatening her life, talking about on the boat, saying
it really
it will be
does. It says that he is sending a bomb to her office that will, quote, blow you away when you see it.
And he thought he wasn't going to jail for that, bro. What? What? Oh, yeah, he was on one, bro.
Threats were against Warren, one of the boys on the boat, his stepmother, who is a judge. And it was graphic. It was brutal, saying there will be blood everywhere, threatening her life, talking about on the boat, saying
it really
does.
It says that he is sending a bomb to her office that will, quote, blow you away when you see it. Once that package is open, the timer will start. Then you have 10 seconds or less to ask God for forgiveness. So much blood everywhere, hard to clean, especially from a boat. That was in that letter, and there is another death threat, Susan Hendricks,
A
to Mississippi
letter?
law enforcement saying, don't go outside. What happened with that?
Yeah, Cincinnati, Ohio woman calling 2 officials out of Mississippi several times, more than 25 times. Here is her mugshot. And you're right. Don't go outside, saying there's.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, the 25 times, if you call 25 times, you asked to go to jail. I'm just gonna be honest with you, man. I gotta keep it real, Chad. Like, we call shit like that throwing rocks at the penitentiary. Like, you call once, they didn't answer. You still mad. You call twice. You mean to tell me, like, damn, 25 times your ass done called? Like, you didn't have, like, wasn't nothing going on, and then 25 times you done called. Like, nobody called you. You didn't get thirsty. You didn't have to use the bathroom. You didn't get sidetracked. She was locked in. She was locked in.
A bomb. So the threats are they're taking them seriously, as they should, and 2 arrests so far.
That's right. A woman now accused of bomb threats to government offices related to.
And then you sending in bomb threats. You're not even talking about just doing some crazy. Oh my God, bro. Like, to call back 25 times to issue a damn bomb threat is wild, bro. Wild, bro. Think about that, Chad. Think about how many times how many opportunities you had to just not call back or to change up what the fuck you was gonna say. Make the shit sound a little different.
The Nolan Wells investigation. This is an Ohio woman facing federal charges. Michelle Francine Edwards, just charged in the U.S. District Court, Southern District, Mississippi. 1 count, transmitting threatening communications to interstate commerce. Okay. Nobody can do their job appropriately when they're under a death threat. That's against Mississippi law enforcement. Trust me, there are people within law enforcement that are trying to do the right thing. Threats on one of the young men's mothers. That's not all. Teslin Figaro, Nolan's family, has gotten threats too.
Absolutely. And, I don't condone violence on anybody, but I do want to put some context behind this, Nancy, as well. I was a police officer in the Air Force. You're talking about government officials, meaning I'm sure the judge has received threats. I'm sure the police officer has received threats, although they should not happen. But these are individuals that have taken, just like you and I, have taken on, positions that it comes with the territory. You have received death threats. I have received death threats. So the people that's not being talked about that's receiving the death threats is Nolan Wells' mother and father. Why is nobody talking about the death threats with them? They've reported it. Why isn't anybody arresting the people who are actually harassing the victims? It's online. It's available for people to see. So I just find it very interesting that there's so much sympathy for a police officer who not only do they receive death threats, they put their life on the line. They signed up and raised their hand to say, hey, pick me for the death threats and pick me to give my very life, as I did in the Air Force. So it is not right what is happening, but we also have to shine a light on the actual victims, the actual people who are grieving the loss of their son, and nobody gives a damn about the death threats that they're receiving.
I want to be very clear, Ms. Figaro. You say nobody cares. That's not true. I care. I care. I care about the death threats on Nolan's mother and his family and his team. I also care about death threats on one of these boys' mother and on law enforcement. And yes, my first death threat, oh my goodness, came back in the 80s. But guess what? They faxed it to me from the Fulton County Jail. So that wasn't much of a mystery. But with every time you take a position, you make people angry. The thing is, if these threats, including the ones on Nolan's mother, the mother, you know what I'm doing all night long till 2 o'clock, Miss Figaro? I'm packing my children to go away to college. That's what Nolan's mother should be doing tonight. She should be getting him ready to go back to school. Instead, she's visiting his remains. And now, death threats. We want justice in this case. We don't want secret grand jury proceedings. We don't want secret medical examiner reports. We want all threats investigated. We want...
Yeah, Nancy knows some bullshit going on. Nancy knows some bullshit going on.
the truth behind that audio. I want to know. And I want everybody on that boat polygraphed. We want answers. If you know, or you protected Echo.
All right, chat. We had a great episode. I know I was a little late tonight, man. I wasn't gonna go live, but I said, nah, man, we didn't go live on Saturday or Sunday, so I gotta show up tonight. We will be back on tomorrow night. I do gotta get up early, and it's already almost 2 a.m. where I'm at. I appreciate everybody for pulling up, man. Thank you to all the new subscribers. If you're a first timer in here, put first, and I give you a shout out before I get up out of here. And we will be back tomorrow, 10 p.m. Central Time. 10 p.m. Central Time. We'll cover some more of the news tomorrow. We have been covering this case closely. We have haven't really been covering the news too much, but we'll get back to some of the news on tomorrow. We still didn't cover that GoFundMe either. We didn't cover the GoFundMe either. Welcome in, Trini. I hope you subscribe. Glad you're a first timer. What's up, Jimmy? Operation, welcome in. AB for life. Jimmy Jones, man, I appreciate y'all, man, for coming in. But yeah, chat, we finna get up out of here, man. You said, what about Krishan? Yeah, Krishan, they said she went into hiding. I don't know, man. I gotta look at that update. They did say Krishan went into hiding. I guess she being quiet. But we'll find out what's going on with that as well. But yeah, chat, I appreciate everybody for coming in here. Nah, you ain't on timeout no more, R-Dog, but thanks for being a trooper, R-Dog, and hanging out in here for a while, man. Thanks for being a trooper, man. You wasn't like Mike Hunt, not Mike Hunt. Was it Mike Hunt? Yeah, I think it was Mike that we had to talk crazy to. You wasn't like Mike, R-Dog. You all right, man. You might come back on tomorrow, man. Chat, can R-Dog come back tomorrow, man? Is he invited to the barbecue, man, or do he still need to be a +1? Somebody got to bring his ass again. Is R-Dog allowed to come by himself, man, or do somebody need to bring his ass again? R-Dog might need a companion, huh? Thank you, Celia. You say you think someone needs to bring him, or yeah, he need a companion. He need a buddy pass, man. R-Dog, man. Who got a buddy pass for R-Dog, man? Anybody got a buddy pass for R-Dog, man? They saying Alan say R-Dog can't come by himself, man. He might wild out on us, man. He got to have a buddy pass. A chaperone. That's what we'll call it. R-Dog, you got to have a chaperone for a couple episodes. He got to get a to-go plate. Hey, listen, man, ain't no to-go plates now, chat. Y'all got to eat here and clean up after yourself, man. Listen, ain't no to-go plates over here now. The folks who getting to-go plates is the folks who cook the food. If you didn't cook the food, it ain't no to-go plates, man. I'm sorry, man. It ain't no to-go plates here, man. Your ass could take a bag of plain Lay's with you and a water. Take a bag of plain Lay's and ain't no to-go plates. Nah, hell no. Hell no. All right, man. We finna get out of here though, man. I'm glad y'all showed up tonight, man. And I see look at Salty Nug Monster coming in here at the end of the show. Trying to get some attention. His name is Salty Nug Monster. 2235. Salty Nug Monster. Like, he sat there and thought of that shit, bro. Like, that's not even a name YouTube generated for him. You know how, like, you create an account and they'll generate a name for you? Like, no. He sat there and thought of that shit. And then he added 2235 at the end. Salty Nug Monster. Nobody fucking has that name. He didn't need to add them numbers to it. He just wanted to. Salty Nug Monster 2235. And we supposed to believe he rap tight, bro. He's not rap too tight, bro. He's on his last fucking marble. If he named himself Salty Nug Monster 2235, he's on his last fucking marble. Believe me. All right, good night, Chad. I'll see y'all on the next one.